I'm ready. I guess we're ready when you are.
A goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus, just like me.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what you've been waiting for, it is 100 Women versus a Gorilla. We are doing it live right here on Access Vegas. It's the debate you've all been looking for right now. And just spoiler alert, the gorilla just gives up and kills himself because I can't deal with 100 women. It's too much estrogen. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome once again to Access Vegas. An exciting week going on. We have some really cool guests. Let's get to our guest here. She's, for the first time in the studio.
Wow.
She's back once again.
Mackerel.
She's from New Jersey. She's a content creator and a podcast host. It is Bree Hunter. Bree, so good to have you. Grab the mic. Good to have you, Bree.
Thank you.
Awesome. She's from Portland. She's a VIP host and a foot model. It is Alexandria Compton. Yes.
Yes.
A foot model.
Welcome to Vegas.
There we go. He's from Washington, D.C. He is a client success manager for Men of Action. It is Curtis Eisman. What's going on, man?
What up? What up?
Incredible. She's from Mexico. She's a makeup artist and a cam model. It is Sin Cortez.
Thank you for
Welcome back,
having me.
Sin.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. She is a content creator from Las Vegas for the artist formerly known as Hailey. This is the final time she will be referred to as Hailey. There she is. Hailey is here. I don't get it either. We're just going to go along with it. All right? Okay. She's from Las Vegas. She's a singer, songwriter, lead guitarist. It is Leona Logan.
Hello, my loves.
And she's from Los Angeles. She's a singer and songwriter. Please welcome Shira to the show.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. And he's from Vegas. He's a luxury drone pilot. It is Juan Quiones. Welcome, Juan.
Hello.
Juan here on the show. She's from Atlanta. She is a stay-at-home housewife who likes to lift weights. It is Sydney Klein. What's going on, Sydney? And she is from Sacramento. She's an award-winning film star. Yes. It is September. Welcome, September. Unbelievable. Let's just get to the gorilla.
Oh my God! No,
we can't. So we can't show it because it's in the first 20 minutes, and we want to stay away from the profanity.
Yes.
We are going to show some gorilla videos, and we're going to settle the debate. There is an answer to this debate. You just use ChatGPT. You can find out. It's very simple question, very simple answer here. All right.
What do you got? You got announcements?
We got the only announcements I have are shout out to Tao Group. May 3rd is going to be the opening of Palm Tree. I'm going to be there. That's my stomping ground, Wet Republic. I basically pay rent there. On the 17th is going to be Babes in Toyland in Miami.
White Party.
It's going to be the White Party. I forgot the name of the new
Strawberry
venue.
Moon.
Strawberry Moon is going to be the venue that we're going to be having that at. We're probably going to be doing a bunch of podcasts while we're out there for that period of time. And then in June, we're going to have a Babes in Toyland support the troops. There's also on the
Los Angeles?
In Vegas?
Yeah. No, that's going to be in Los Angeles. The one in Vegas is going to be in August. We're going to have a Babes in Toyland in August for Swim Week, I believe. And then there's also a Maxim party. I want to shout out to Teatro LA. They are having a Maxim party on the 5th. What day? The 4th or 5th?
Right?
Is it this Saturday?
I think it's this Saturday.
Okay, it's this Saturday in Los Angeles. If you guys want to contact Anthony DeRico or Barry Bly or Teatro LA. They're having a Maxim party. Those guys are we like to go support them. So yeah, that's pretty much what we have coming up in the future. And then other than that, Swimsuit USA, they have announced their finals. It's going to be the 19th to the 26th of October, and I am going to be the host for that. So if you guys are excited, we're going to be having prelims all summer to go become Miss Swimsuit USA 2026. Do you have any?
Nice.
You're
Yes.
You're part of the host?
Yeah, I'm the host.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yes, I do have
That's super
something.
cool.
On Saturday, this May 3rd, I will be doing a live Zoom call with my group Reignite. It's free. You can get the link, which is right. It's the second link down in the description right there. We already have 180 guys signed up for it. We got 20 slots left. So if you want to get in now. It is absolutely free. We'll be going probably for about 2 or 3 hours on Saturday, but it'll end up being an AMA after a bit. So you guys can get an idea what Reignite's all about. And then also, as he mentioned, we're going to be in Miami. I will be there the 13th through the 19th. On the 15th, which is a Thursday, I have a Deep Sea deep-sea fishing trip, which is now completely booked. Thank you very much.
Whale watching?
Yeah, well, you will.
In Miami? Are there a lot of whales in Miami?
Not a lot of whales in
I
Miami.
don't know. I've been watching the Pacific.
There are
What
whales.
they
There are whales.
Yes.
So there's the rich men that these
Yes,
women
they
rob.
are whales.
They're called them whales.
Yes.
That's the name.
Yes, that's the crypto.
The guys
term
that
for
they
them.
the guys that they
Yes.
roll in a
I was
casino.
trying to be wholesome and pure, and you just really guttered it.
See, there you go. And then Friday we'll be going to Jackson Maximus, which is kind of like, I guess for lack of a better term, it's a haberdashery. It's kind of like a male spa, I guess. It's like for if you want to get to barber, you can go get a tailored suit. You can go. There's a bar there. You can play pool there. You can get your
I'm sure
beard
you
trimmed
can.
up. There's lots of things to do there. So we're gonna be doing style counseling there, and then of course we're gonna be doing Babes in Toyland, which will be on Saturday, May 17th, isn't it? Yeah,
May
17th, and that'll be at Strawberry Moon because they've changed it from
Yeah.
from the original. But we're looks like a good venue anyway. So
Excited,
sounds
excited.
good.
All right,
Cool.
We're gonna get to the
All right,
head-
which
the
one
world-
do we wanna go
Let's start
to?
with the 6-time Super Bowl winning
Oh,
head
geez,
coach.
is
And let's
that
go
where
over
we're
this.
going?
Kind of
Okay.
a big thing in the news recently, and see if we can pull this up.
You want to give them a preview of this?
Okay, real quick.
first?
So just
Yeah,
you
so
know,
let
Bill
'em
Belichick
know.
won 6 Super Bowls with Tom Brady with the Patriots, and then he retired recently. He was out of coaching for about a year, and then people became very enamored with the fact that he's 73 and his girlfriend is 24 years old.
Shut.
Yes.
And so the first thought was, oh my God, you're grooming her. You're taking advantage of her. Oh yeah, no, I know September. We all see it. We've all seen the video.
Oh, yeah.
He ends up doing a video. He ends up doing an interview for. Let's just show the interview.
All right, here
I
we
haven't
go.
seen
Here
it.
we go.
Again, this is one of the greatest football coach of all time. Let's watch
Jordan
his
was
interview
a
here.
constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it.
She's like sitting at the kids' table.
How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
Okay, that's one.
I mean, why? It's just,
Why?
It's just,
Why, right?
It's just called seeking arrangement. I don't know why you're.
First of all,
Let's go to
who's
the
their
next video
PR?
of Bill Belichick.
yeah.
Who's their PR? Who's their PR person? Because their PR person is leading them so wrong in
No,
this.
she's the PR person. That's the problem.
Oh,
That's the problem.
No, stop it. You're
She
kidding.
is now his PR person. We'll get to that in just a second. Can we show the second video?
Yep.
How that Belichick CBS interview might have been even more of a disaster than how it was even portrayed on TV. TMZ just put out this article where sources are calling his girlfriend Jordan Hudson a nightmare and impossible to work with. At one point, she allegedly stormed out of the room and delayed shooting for 30 minutes. And by now, you've probably seen the whole video, but you know that one point where they said, "So Bill, how'd you guys meet?" And she's off to the side, butts in and says, "We're not talking about this." TMZ's also told there were numerous other times of Hudson butting in. Even when he was answering questions about football, she would stop and correct him. And this article goes on to say that at one point it got so heated, she stood up and walked out and wanted Belichick to follow, unclear if coach agreed. Now, in her defense, Spin Zone here, this is Belichick we're talking about. He might be actually paying her to pitch a fit and get them out of the interview quicker. He might have said, "Hey, Jordan, go act crazy. Get us out of this interview as soon as possible. You know I hate doing stuff like this." As far as we know, they could be fist bumping out in the hallway after walking out mid-interview. But back to the article. Apparently this whole situation of her being so hands-on as his girlfriend / PR manager, it's not sitting well apparently with folks at UNC. As one source put it, there's a growing sense this could be a problem. But I don't know. This is completely unbiased. They're clearly a good tag team together. Bill, get her a headset. Get her more involved. Call plays on defense. Look, I want her as involved as possible in UNC's football program. But for real, any recruit out there that wants to just buckle up the chin strap, hit the field, play some good, clean football, distraction-free, Dave Dorn at NC State seems like your kind of guy.
Real quick, I just want to. The reason why I bring this up, and there's a ton of angles here, but my favorite angle is the age appropriateness and how these older men take advantage of these younger women. And I'm just watching this, and it's so blatant. Like, this is the greatest football coach of all time, and when he's answering questions about football, she's interrupting him when, like, come on, man. It's just like, again, they're not old enough to date Leonardo DiCaprio. They're old enough to vote for Kamala Harris, but they're not old enough to vote for to date Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm sorry. This whole age-appropriate thing, I just think it's, whenever I hear this nonsense and then I see this, I'm like, I'm just reminded, the idea that you think that he would be grooming her, no, she has totally
she's
run his
grooming
life.
him.
Exactly.
That's what I was
She's
gonna say.
grooming the fuck out of him, and quite frankly, applause to her for doing it. Good job, you know. Quite frankly, get a better PR. Get a better PR person, baby girl, because I promise you sitting there, I'm not going to say nothing, is not helping you. You know what I mean? Be smarter, be better about it, but hey, get your lick, get your dime, get your shit, like medicate him and keep him in the room. Whatever the fuck you got to do, do your thing. But be smarter in the public. You're dating a public figure. She just got a sugar daddy that sent her too far too quick, and she don't know how to fucking navigate.
I think that's facts. Thank you. When I first got into my field, I dated someone that was significantly older. He was 14 years older. He was 14 years in the business as well, and he was married prior to a heavy hitter in the business too, and we're actually all still friends. But the thing was, especially, and I don't like to go like whatever, like color, non-color, whatever, but the idea was that this young hot black girl, right, was like, oh, like with this older dude, right, and it was like he was putting me on, but it wasn't that. I was kind of putting him back on.
Right, because that's why they're attracted to you, and that's why you'll be favored every time.
And the opposite of it, totally attracted, because I was a young, fresh air with a different side of view of what the industry was about to become that no one knew it was going to become. And he had an older, fresh responsibility.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Just because I like your energy. Do you think that whenever you've been out with like men or whatever, do you think that it's the freshness, the newness of you, or do you feel as though that you bring your personality, bring something to the table that is interesting, that keeps people kind of coming too? Do you think that it's the freshness or newness, or do you think that you have the capability of keeping them men longer and destroying them longer?
It's both, because I think you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
Can't make him die. You can only make him die once.
At the end of the day, there's always going to be
this is my point. No, you guys are making my point. Yeah, young women, the idea that it's older men manipulating younger women when there's $6.6 billion in revenue on OnlyFans. No, it is not older men manipulating younger women. It is the other way around. Please catch up. There's a new act in town. Guys, stop.
You're voicing our shit.
I'm snitching on that. One more time. It is not like these older men are being manipulated. It is not the other way around. This is madness. Age appropriate.
I'm going to totally let him rock out with that, because at the end of the day, when you do get a woman with substance, no matter what her age is, and you guys are in the middle of what happens off camera, what happens in private, you get those moments where there's like a disconnect, because the woman is like, wait, so I'm old enough to with you, but I'm not old enough to teach you or be with you or run the show. But in that situation, she should have drew back, because that wasn't her element. That's not her game. She should have known when to be quiet, be a lady, and let this a 70-something-year-old man do what he's been doing for the last 50-plus-something years.
You gotta have sacrifices for sure. I mean, come on. Okay, who's the OG? What was it? Pamela Anderson? She married that homie in the fucking wheelchair. Well, he's on the fucking wheelchair, bro. He was on a wheelchair on the fucking thing.
It wasn't Pamela.
Not every woman's like that, you know.
What were you saying, Brie?
I'm sorry.
Anna Nicole Smith. I don't want
Anna.
We can't get into this.
Thank you. My idol, and I don't want to denigrate her.
I'm so sorry.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee, yes.
No, you're thinking of
Anna Nicole Smith. Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Lost
thank
the
you.
money. She never got the money.
Her karma must have got her then. Shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for correcting me on that. But you see, but you feel the vibe. Like there are certain women that can like run through. Yeah.
All right. So let me ask. I got this question to ask Mike.
Dun, dun,
do you think this is a shtick? Do you think he actually, like he was saying, do you think he like used her to get out of the interview?
We do this.
That quick?
You and I do this every time. You thought the same thing about Logan Paul.
Is it for real?
No, he's selling a book. Of course, this is for like the idea that he would need to get out of that interview quicker. He needs to sell books. Now, this is going to cause him to sell books, which is the craziest part of this. Like, I actually am interested in reading his book. Apparently, Robert Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots, is nowhere to be found in the book. He's not mentioned at all at any point. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see. Yeah. So I mean, again, I might listen. I look up to Bill Belichick. The guy's an incredible motivator. But I might actually read the book. But it is really interesting to me. Again, I'm just gonna keep saying this again. Like this idea, this age-appropriate idea, the attacks that I got because my girlfriend was younger than me, and then I look at this and I'm like, no, this is more like what it's like. She's got way more energy. My hip hurts. I don't want to go out. She's got so much energy. I'm not manipulating her. It's the other way around. Okay, I fucked up my shoulder. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to bed early. No, she was like, she wants. It's not me manipulating her. It
So
is the
then
other way
why
around.
us wives, if we're married to you, why can't we get that satisfaction too? Why can't you give us some money to go shopping while we ride your dick or something because you married us?
I don't have a problem. I mean,
why does a hoe have to get it? Damn it. That's your problem. Treat us like hoes sometimes too and pay us to ride your dick.
I could see you like browsing Amazon while you're like having sex at the same time.
Oh, I browse my own mind space, and that's as much of a Google as you need.
Okay, 5 more minutes before profanity. 5 more minutes. Let's just go. 5 more minutes before we get to the profanity. Okay, awesome.
Oh my God. Well, so if you think it's for real,
Definitely.
so would this be an example of a guy who was like, I mean, he's like a Hall of Fame coach.
He's
Hall of Fame,
listen,
but I know about
to me, Landry's number 1, and then I would say him. He's number 2, but other people would disagree.
And getting his shit run by a 24-year-old girl.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we have to understand. There's a few things going on here. Number 1, Bill Belichick does not care what anyone thinks. He was wearing that Navy sweatshirt from college. That's when he was a midshipman at the Navy Academy. That's what that sweatshirt is. He doesn't care what anybody thinks about anything. He never wears remember he would wear the cutoff hoodies with the sleeves cut off whenever he'd do his press conferences. He would sit there. He would cheat. He didn't care about cheating. He didn't care about anything. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's like this 24-year-old's all over you having sex with you. Like, what? You just kind of would just let things. Most men in a situation where, like, I just keep hearing this stuff. It's like, and again, I'll go back to this term, age appropriate. Show me all the 45-year-old men, 35-year-old men, 55-year-old men that have 22-year-olds coming after them, and then they're rejecting those women. No, honey, please keep your hands off me. This isn't age appropriate. Did you not watch The View? This is not appropriate. Please stay away from me. Show me these men, please. Show them to me. They don't exist.
Scandal. I think this whole thing is a scandal because given that interview right there, that PR was trash. That was shit trash PR. They did not consult truthfully with a PR person.
They didn't. No.
But
She's officially his PR person.
Is that
right.
how they
No,
met?
here's the thing.
Is that how they met?
My thing is that I think they got caught up by somebody together in a wrong position, a wrong place, and they had to get ahead of the story because her PR shit with her, for her saying that, there's no way.
I would say
so much different.
Much simpler.
No,
much
I
simpler.
think that was totally
They're much simpler.
I think
much simpler. She's a narcissist. He's famous. She's dating someone who's famous.
She's a narcissist?
She's a narcissist. He's famous. She's dating someone who's famous. That's why she's doing this, and she controls every manifest of his life.
With the relationship, though, who caught up with their relationship?
She did. She wants everyone to know that they're together.
She's the one that came out.
Bill Belichick 73 on his Instagram posting about his girlfriend. What do you think is going on here, bro? Of course, it's her.
Damn, right.
No one would even know about this relationship if it wasn't for Bill.
So this is her.
Yeah, just this is total narcissism. She doesn't even really care about it. She's just using this as her way to get ahead. And someday she'll sell a book and she'll show her butt like Brittany Renner, and she'll be famous from that. And so,
but that goes to show the two different perspectives. You can look at that person and see one thing, but if you know more about them, you can see the narcissism that you just brought out.
Yeah.
So that goes to show like you need to vouch your people.
Yeah,
like need to vouch your people and know where you're standing.
We're not talking about this like she's directing him. Like she has any authority to do so. And by the way, we're not saying she has no authority because she's a woman. We're saying she has no authority because he's Bill Belichick. He knows how to. He's done more interviews than I have, and I've done 100.
He launched a football flag. God damn it, and got out of it.
It's just that part is just crazy to me. But like again, you could you're describing this phenomenon. If an attractive woman, if I'm an older dude and an attractive woman wants to be all over me, it's just like, yeah, for sure, take my credit card. Yeah, for sure, run my life. Like this is what most men do. Like and this is just another example of it. And it can happen again. Always remember this. Elon Musk put his penis in Amber Heard. He is one of the smartest men who ever lived, and he still did that. And Bill Belichick let a 24-year-old run his life. There's no men that are impervious.
Nope.
We are all subject to this feminine power, especially men who are in any kind of sexual deficit. They're just going to succumb to any of this, and that's something that if you guys want to be a good wingman, look out for your friends when they start doing stupid stuff like this. What do you mean you're broke? Oh, you're broke because you let your girl spend all your money? Is that what's going on? If that isn't even your girl? Like, what is happening right now? That's why you do this. You guys are the success manager. You guys are closers for MOA, and we hear this all the time. These guys are sitting there just completely being manipulated by the women that are in their lives, and they're totally out of touch with it, and you have to explain it to them.
Why do you think that's allowed?
Hailey's like, introduce me to these guys.
All I'm saying,
Where are these guys?
all I'm saying is that I have a 70-something, fan, and great. He has multiple ladies that he entertains himself with, and he runs his own program. He's been doing it for a really long time. So every woman that's in his life stays in her place. He doesn't allow someone to make a mockery of who his name is and what he has going on because he has multiple women. So when your time is with him and you're having a good time, you're having a great time. So this person rides a motorcycle. He's sailing at 70.
The line in the sand is honesty, though. That's the line in the sand.
But you have to be honest with yourself
Communication,
first, because you're the one that's 70-something years old. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, he's 70. Bro, I'm surprised he can get it.
I'm curious, what do you think about this whole situation? Can you add some facial expressions? Please grab the microphone. Please grab the microphone. Very close to you.
To the microphone. Honestly, I feel like we should timestamp this because this is one of the few times I will agree with you wholeheartedly. If there is,
I love her.
If there is abuse going on, it's elder abuse. Like she fucking runs that guy like the Navy. You can tell. He was like, he kept like looking at her. I was like, oh shit, like somebody might need to get in there and be like, if I were his kids, I'd be panicking right now. I'd be like,
well, how about if you're the University of North Carolina? So UNC hired him to be their head football coach, with the understanding that his son, Steve Belichick, would then be the coach after Bill retires. And that wording, that language is in there. She doesn't even want Steve Belichick referred to as Bill Belichick's son because she doesn't want there to seem like there's nepotism, because there's nepotism. That's why she doesn't want that. And so she is, you were saying, who's their PR person? Jordan is absolutely their PR person right now. She's making one mistake after another. And that's one of the things, like, one of the reasons why I like doing this show, like I doing it live, like talking to a bunch of people, because if I do something really stupid, you guys would tell me. Yeah. I know you guys love me enough. You would tell me how stupid you would. Then I at least would take some level of feedback. But when you see people like they isolate themselves like this, then you can kind of see how crazy this kind of stuff is, and they believe that they're right.
Do you think isolation is the power of someone that wants to take power over someone? Do you think isolation is the main key component?
I don't know. I don't know. I think in this case, it's a young, attractive woman with a 73-year-old man who's horny. I think that's all this is.
Right. Well, but wait. Yeah, but if it was roles reversed, the man would be isolating that woman. You see what I'm saying? So if roles are reversed, so
maybe. Yeah, I'm not saying there aren't men who don't isolate women. I'm just saying in this case, I'm just tired of this age-appropriate argument. It is over. This age-appropriate argument is over.
And how do we know they don't really have a true connection? You know, maybe
they
do.
I don't think they do.
I don't know why we're together. That was her response.
What do they have to talk about?
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
I mean, she apparently knows football because she's going to wear a headset at UNC.
I think like no matter how old or how young she is, women we know how to manipulate guys all the time. It doesn't matter like how mature the guy he looks like, and he always like, no, she's not manipulating. Women we know what we do. We know how to do it.
It's that feminine power.
Yeah, it's an instinct. I swear.
I think this is a gender role. I think that most women have a problem saying that life comes from man. I think most women have a problem. We bred it, we do this. No. Life comes from man. You have to understand that life comes from man. We carry it, we breed it, we nurture it, but as a woman, but life itself comes from man. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, no. Women have been manipulating since the womb because you have to manipulate the womb.
So it's
just what it is.
Thank you, Myron. I appreciate that. That's really cool. Can you move this way a little bit? You're coming off camera a little bit. All right.
The only thing I wanted to add to this is that, like, I get a lot of shit from guys when I say somebody like Elon Musk is not an alpha male. Yeah. Right? Because they'll say he's the richest motherfucker in the world. How can you possibly say that? And I'm like, well, look at how he gets run by 14 kids with like 6 or 7 different women. Yeah. So he's alpha, very very in control of his life, very very intelligent, highly intelligent, makes a lot, richest guy in the world, everything else, in all aspects except for one, which is Amber Heard, or which is so.
No, it wasn't just Amber Heard. If you read, it's not the only time.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is like you got a guy like Bill Belichick who seems to be like, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, how many Super Bowl rings does the guy have?
Spectrum of spectrum, that's genius.
I don't think he's.
But that spectrum makes you socially not.
So what happens is guys like this get involved and they get wrapped up in one thing: the football, or it's let's put men on Mars. Let's do an electric car. Let's do SpaceX. I mean, even Elon Musk has been known to couch surf on his friends' couches because he's so wrapped up and so involved in what he's doing. He doesn't care where he stays. He doesn't care what he does.
It's a software update. He does not have the software update. He's an iPhone 9 trying to run the newest version of Instagram.
Right. Well, it's like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he had no furniture in his house because he didn't care.
But if
about
you're talking
that.
about how
He
women
just
can
wanted to be
manipulate a
there.
man like that,
So,
because they
yeah.
allow them to.
So they just well, yeah, of course.
Those men
But
are
they-
going to allow
but they
those
see
women
that
to that.
But women see that and they go, okay, I can
Yes,
work
but they're
with this
allowing
guy.
it,
I can
though.
work on this guy.
Well, they're allowing
He's
it
a mark.
because
To that status, they're allowing it.
because men have to have the software update of understanding that they have boundaries.
Discretion. See, they need a software update of discretion.
Yeah, being discretion. Yeah. But the thing is, I believe she's a narcissist. There's no point in her having a relationship with Bill Belichick that isn't public. She has to have people know about it. There would be no purpose of having a relationship if it were not public, because now she's famous. That's the whole point. She has 400,000 followers
for
on
what,
Instagram.
though? What's her goal?
For being Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
Ew, I can't back that shit.
But maybe she really loves
I can't
him.
find it. I can't vouch for it. Damn.
Maybe she really loves him.
This is silly.
I love you so much.
So
I
silly.
love you for your positivity.
Yeah,
I
so
love
something to add there where Mike was talking about before, right? We talked to hundreds of guys on these calls with Men of Action, and we have this recipe of guy who's dedicated himself to a life and a craft and a vision and a mission, and he's doing great in the world, and then he gets rich, but he hasn't learned how to draw those boundaries with women, and he hasn't learned those skills to actually like put her in her place and kind of like run the show in terms of the relationship.
And you men do.
And it's a recipe. It's a recipe for disaster and manipulation. And so like
you are a target.
Yeah, you're a target. And this is a very public and very interesting example of like something that happens a lot. Like on a
the
grander
problem a lot of
scale.
guys run into is that their only value to provide a woman is that the fact that they have a fat bank account. Outside of that, they have no substance. They're not men. They're not masculine. They can't lead a relationship. So yeah, they get taken advantage of.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right.
All right, I think it's time.
All right, here we go.
100
Ready?
100 gorillas. Here we go.
Shout out to Super Ray.
I'm gonna start a new brand of high proof alcohol called 100 Gorillas.
You illogical niggas, here we go. Here we the fuck go. 100 niggas versus 1 gorilla. Let's see how this shit. They getting their ass beat. They getting their ass beat. You nigga, a lot of you niggas is dumb as hell, and I believe it's 100 of y'all. It's 100 dumb motherfuckers versus 1 gorilla. This nigga gonna fuck you up. I don't know why why would you think that? You fighting a couch, bitch. A fucking lazy boy, the expensive one, fucking massage chair. Nigga. Like what's really good in y'all mind? Nobody in there winning today. Niggas talking about, yeah, but it's gonna be 100 of us. Okay, well now it's 62 of you niggas left. What's up? Fuck is you talking about?
Oh my God.
Oh, shout out
Who was
to
that?
Super Ray 14K.
Super Ray?
Yeah.
My
Again, I've said it
God.
before. It's the funniest account on all of Instagram is Super Ray. So what I want to ask you guys is, do anyone want to have a debate here? Anybody? Who thinks this is good? Raise your hand if you think the 100 men would win. Who here thinks the gorilla would win? Raise your hand.
I'm
It's funny, so
outnumbered.
the
Damn.
ladies all think it's almost like a would you rather be with a bear or a man in the woods? Kind of similar.
Strange man in the
Right, okay,
woods.
one more time. Who thinks that the 100 men would win? Who thinks the 100 men would win?
I'm alone? What's up
Yeah,
with this?
right? Okay, us men. Who thinks the gorilla would win? Raise your hand if you think the gorilla would win.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you
My
guys?
instinct out of them running away,
Huh?
like being out of fear. They wouldn't even try to fight that.
I-
They would just run away.
Fight King Kong, motherfucker, I swear. Tell me.
I'm like,
Why would you even try?
Huh?
Why would you even try?
Right, well, again, in this hypothetical, they have to fight.
have to
I
fight.
mean-
Yes.
Well, hypothetically, are they scared of the gorilla, or are they just like
Of course, they're
Spartans?
scared of the
They're
gorilla,
just
but the
like-
gorilla's probably
right.
scared too.
I'm like, are you on drugs?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're on drugs. Wait, maybe. Well, what do you think? What do you think?
The
Curtis?
unethical answer is that they're both animals. I mean, they're both like.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's 100 of like, come on, and then a gorilla, come on, like you're both just gonna be effed
Yeah,
up.
correct.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
The gorilla. Listen, the gorilla still has eyeballs and testicles.
Yeah, like,
It's 100
I mean,
dudes.
like,
nothing
It was 100 dudes.
Listen to me.
You can
Listen to
tackle
me.
this thing and get it down. Like,
No, you're gonna have a hard time doing that. Here's the.
that's correct.
Here's the. This is the boring, actually correct answer because I'd read some stuff on anthropologists or not anthropologists. What are they called? I can't remember. Anthropologists going over this concept between primates and humans. They can't expel heat fast enough. So eventually, if you could wear the gorilla out, like that's
It's
the
only
thing.
at the palms.
Yeah, gorillas wear their palms in their armpits. They can't. So the gorilla can't expend heat quick enough. Yeah.
that's why you beat them.
You basically have the gorillas chase you around for 2-3 hours and then beat the fuck out.
It's like hitting a shark on its nose, right? You know,
I don't know about that. The shark.
Don't you hit a shark on its nose to make it like go away? Thank you, see, she knows.
Slap the gorilla on the nose.
Not what you do to the gorilla.
You hit on the nose.
The mentality is, okay, there's 100 of us, right? Let's go send the first 10, right? But he can smack all 10 of you in one setting. And then what, you send the other 10? Like,
no, because I'll be the 11 through 20 that says no.
All right, guys. So I have a question for you. Super chat here from Raj. Mike, who wins? 100 women versus an oil change. Who would win?
100 women all day. Fucking oil change.
I change my oil. I want you to know that. I can't change my tire, but I can. My dad taught me how to change my.
Me too. My dad taught me how to do.
100
I changed
women
my bag.
versus accountability.
100 versus women versus accountability. Who would win?
Ooh,
One win there.
Accountability, like straight force, full-blown truth accountability, huh?
Yeah, who would win?
Oh, boy.
Who would win?
Isn't that scary, ladies?
That's a scary one.
Taking accountability, isn't that a frightening thing?
Shut up.
They'll take the gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut it out. We're right to lie and use and manipulate, right?
No, I'll puff my chest up and give you the truth for sure, and I'll get my own gorilla next door. You know,
one of 100.
Hey, you know what? 1 plus 1 plus 2. You know.
Hey, fair enough.
right,
Hey, here's my take on the whole gorilla thing.
Go ahead.
Like, it's basically a micro view of like the macro battle between Homo sapiens and other species on the
You
planet.
are so fucking funny. I love you. Keep going.
We took over the planet. We were in the middle of the food chain, and now we're at the top.
Yes.
And that's because we can collaborate
cook.
and beat all the other fucking
Oh
species.
my God.
That's exactly what would happen here. if we were
Say that
collaborating
again.
and
We
taking
were
over.
in the middle of the food chain at one point and became the top. That was actually like when you look at that, like like the whole trajectory of Earth. Like that's actually interesting.
I'm speaking
Sorry, go
facts
ahead.
over here.
But
Facts.
probably about human or the hominids grew their brains about 1.7 million years ago, and Homo sapiens came around 200,000 years ago. So from that point, you're right. They're about the middle of the food chain. There's actually stories in Africa of like 4 guys with spears killing a gorilla before. Like 4 men, but they have spears. We're talking about unarmed men. This is a very, very different thing. But it's really interesting that you mentioned that. But yes, when humans started working together with other humans, we became the apex predator on the planet. Because one human by itself, we're losing to a tiger, we're losing to a lion, we're losing to a jaguar, we're losing to an elephant, we're losing to a pretty mean dog, to be fair, right? One human by himself. But groups of humans together working, using tools and ambush, that's why we
Look at
became
the
the apex predator.
dolphins. Look at the lions. They all hunt in pack. The smart species. They all hunt together and they all feed themselves together. So if that's not something
if
us
100
humans to keep
men
in mind.
just like dogpile the gorilla, that weight would just crush all of the oxygen out of its chest. I would think.
No, I
They would
think
would breathe.
I think the first like 30 or 40 men would jump on its back, and then it would throw all of them off. And then the second group would do it. It would throw all of them off. And by the third one, he wouldn't be able, like third or fourth one, he wouldn't be able to get them all off again. You're correct about that. But again, apparently a gorilla can bench press 4,000 pounds. So like we don't know.
Or do you see their fingers? They grab on anything. I'm sure they.
I'm not telling you it would be easy, and I certainly would want to be one of the 100. But if the guys had a plan and made wore the thing out, you would have a chance to kill the gorilla. I'm going for its eyes, blind the thing, and then maybe trying to again. The gorilla does have testicles.
Grab its nuts and
like
twist it.
a media opportunity
Talking to the mic,
here for
talking
you.
to the mic.
It's like American
Talk into the
Gladiator, but
mic.
100
Into the
times
mic, honey.
better.
Into the
Sorry,
mic.
It's like American Gladiator, but 100 times better for you to spearhead the 100 men of action onto the gorilla.
See, there it is.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's not going to work, but you are going to see it somewhere, probably in Russia or something like that. Yeah,
I
Russia,
don't know.
you might
It's
see.
gonna be a good opportunity for you.
Okay, awesome. Do we
All
get
right,
another
let me see if I can set this one up first. All right, ladies, have a look at the screen. The guy on the left is the same guy that is the guy on the right. Okay, which one, ladies, do you find the most attractive?
Raise your hand if you find the guy on the left more attractive.
The left.
The
more
left.
attractive.
I don't like he's posing in the second
Give
photo.
me a second. Hold on.
His
Raise your hand if you think the guy on the right is more attractive. Raise your hand if you find the guy on the right more attractive.
No.
Interesting.
That
okay.
picture, I don't like.
And that's what a lot of women said. Why is that? Huh?
I don't like either.
You don't like
You don't
either
like
one.
either?
But which one's more attractive?
They're both white guys. I don't like.
Oh,
either.
got it. Okay. Everything about that, I believe.
And the
For
chat
me,
goes
it's
crazy.
about health. Like I know the guy on the right is way healthier and has better stamina and better health and can protect better.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the one on the right from
But
a
with the
mental
gorilla.
state of mind to me.
Uh-huh.
I
mean the
find
left
one
or the
is more
right?
attractive because it's the discipline that
Yeah.
he took to get to that level
Mhm.
that I think
Exactly.
is attractive. But I think with that comes great responsibility sometimes too of the validation and to be seen and things like that. And so sometimes people lose their way into that it's not less about discipline and less about like what
And you think about what we were
think
talking
to them. And so the one from on the left side just has this I don't give up at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you know,
maybe. I love a good trauma bond. Actually, the trauma bond's my downfall. I struggle with my trauma bonds. I will trauma bond with people, and literally it fucks my life up. I'm working on it, okay, guys? But no, literally, I'll be like, you want to try? You're trying to do something. Let me help you and support you. Go, yay. I'm a hype up fucking bitch, and it destroys me at the end. So mine is the left. The one to the right is like, oh, you already know your shit. Whatever. Please. I'm here to teach you something.
Oh,
If
you can't. You're saying you can. Hold on, wait. You're saying you can't fix the guy on the right, so you don't want him. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Did you just read me from
Wow. That is toxic. All right, listen. Anybody else have? Sydney, I'm curious. What do you think?
Okay, wait, I didn't get to see
Can
it.
you see them both?
Yeah, I did a peep. Okay, so wait.
Okay,
go-
Which one is more
Guy
attractive?
on the right. They're both the same dudes, but
Okay.
before and after.
I like linemen rather than the quarterback, but I appreciate
She's so funny.
the body.
The one on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Anybody
yeah,
else?
the body for sure. Fuck me with that body. We don't
Hold on,
pose
who's-
like that. It's weird.
No, but it just
Sin.
shows self-discipline. It
Yeah.
shows that you actually care about what you look
Agreed.
like.
Hey,
It
it's
shows,
crazy.
Like
the
a lot
problem
of
is
things.
that's a logical response, and that's not how women feel attraction. Go ahead.
So the body transformation is amazing.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Yeah, but the thing is like when the guys they go into that stage of body.
You can't manipulate them anymore. Yeah, I know. What's the point? Just get rid of them.
No,
That means they have high self-esteem and discipline,
hey,
and you
know
can't
what?
manipulate them
They
anymore.
get
Yeah,
mood-
that's very
They get
unattractive.
sometimes in bad mood.
Uh-huh.
Because they need I think the body they need kind of sugar because they couldn't everything.
Yeah.
Right. And
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Your
think-
testosterone builds up. You all cheat. You all. Oh, if I think you're hot, then that bitch thinks you're hot. Then that bitch thinks you're hot.
Right.
Tell you you're hot. Then you're gonna fucking feel like you're hot. And then now all of
Okay.
a sudden you're out with a hot bitch. It's not me.
Okay, anybody?
So
All
you
those
do it.
wasted
You're-
hours, bro.
Or he's trying to,
Yeah.
or he's
Again-
trying to
again-
date a younger woman.
Yeah, he's trying to date a younger
That's
woman.
true.
Again,
Because he's trying to get his body in shape
less
to look
attractive
good.
because he's harder to manipulate. I understand now.
Yeah.
All right,
I
anybody
don't
else?
feel that way.
Is there anybody else? Bree, what do you think?
That's a man response. That's such a man
Okay.
response.
What?
Which one do you like better, Bree?
Yeah, I want
It's neither a choice. 'cause
Okay,
he's
neither's
like
a choice.
He's
Okay,
giving,
but
like,
why, though?
Patrick Bateman vibes.
Okay, got okay. So let me try to
So
clear
I
this up
don't-
because this
But I will
is
tell you this. You know, I have like a very wide. It's like autism. I have a like a spectrum of men that I like.
Yeah.
But
I love her.
If you, thank you. I would take Shane Gillis over him any day,
Okay.
either state. And you think it's because I can manipulate Shane
No.
Gillis more. Shane's just he has everything else.
I don't think there's
care about
anyone
the
you can't
body.
manipulate, Bree.
And
I don't
also,
think.
but nobody. I
there.
personally don't like to fuck a cheese grater. I don't like a hard body. That's not fun for me. I like
Thank
a little
you.
bounce. Like I like to have a little. And you think it's from like a manipulation.
No,
Flaws
I
make,
don't. I
flaws
don't.
make me wet.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
explain to you why. Right. So this is
Oh,
Flaws make
there
me
we
When-
go.
when-
Don't just promise me you will not cite evolutionary psychology in your answer, and I will listen. And I will
cool.
listen.
I'm gonna cite
with
anthropology.
an open heart.
I'm gonna cite anthropology in my answer. When women get pregnant, the men that they pair bond with, they increase their prolactin levels, and those men get fatter. And so what these women are seeing is men who look like men who stay with pregnant women. This is evolutionarily, that's what that looks like. And
Oh,
so what?
you're coming close.
So what women?
You just grazed the surface.
Biology.
So what? There's no. It's not psychology. So
Biology.
what women are saying is, which do you find more attractive? And what they're responding is, which do you find more comfortable? You two made my point for me. Neither of you found him attractive. Women don't find men generally attractive unless they're outrageously attractive, just from some photo. The reality is, all those women who said they preferred him on the left, they didn't find him attractive at all in either photo. They don't find him attractive, period. But which one feels more comfortable?
No, which one's gonna be more real? Than
Okay,
what,
hold on,
no,
but-
which one's gonna be
Yeah,
more
wait, you know
real
what?
than versus
Can I
what?
say
Which
this?
one's gonna be more real?
They're still the same.
let me
guy.
Okay,
finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
They're
there's
still
a
the same
realness
guy.
version of being humble than
Again,
oh,
he could be.
my
You
chest
don't.
is
You
out,
don't
I
know
got
if he's
this
not
chest.
humble. You don't know if he's not humble. He may have
There's a
taken that
different
photos.
energy. I want to fuck the humble dude. I want to fuck the chest out.
Okay, got it.
motherfucker.
Listen.
I want you to chest out
The,
with me.
the,
in
the
the
point.
bedroom.
The point is, well, the guy on the left looks like ancestrally the guy who stays with the pregnant woman. That is why women find him more comfortable, but they're using the word attractive. Go ahead, Bree.
No, but you know what I think would be interesting if we just listened to these people, because you're saying to me, if you didn't see them, that's fair enough. But I'm telling you that I would be more attracted, most likely, to Shane Gillis than this guy.
Oh, sure.
So
Why? You also heard him talk.
Yeah, but
Shane Gillis versus 100 gorillas.
honestly, maybe Shane Gillis. He's got some meat. He might be, and he's from Philly. They can,
Wait, I have a question. So if the guy on the left stays, does that mean that the guy on the right, he just spreads his seat far and wide?
It depends how he talks. How does your mouth move? How do you smile? Like your smile right there, tingle, right? Okay, so how do you smile? You know what I'm saying?
Tingle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How does your mouth move? How do you talk? How do you move? How do you react when this happens? So whenever I watch like my guilty pleasure shows, like my reality TV, like the Paradise and fucking some island or whatever, I'll never find the guys attractive when they list them out. That first episode, I don't like any single one of them. But until they start talking and give me their personality and their body movements and how they interact, ooh, tingle. So that's where you men fuck up. It's not about your post on picture, but my before and after. No. Talk to me.
I'm gonna add something to this conversation, but you had something you wanted to say.
Let me see how that tongue moves too. Shit, maybe.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, for me, it goes back to the ancestral thing, the primal thing of protection. And to me, a healthy, fit man means, more protection. And to me, that's a turn on.
Emotionally or physically?
Yeah, physically.
What about emotionally? I'm an emotional person. I need emotional protection. So what about the emotional protection?
For me, being a female.
So the fatter the guy is, the more emotional protection.
He won't run away.
No, absolutely the fuck not. Because quite frankly, I'm not trying to ride dick every time I fuck you. If you're fat as shit, you cannot get on top of me. So absolutely not. I'm not gonna fuck around. So let's draw a line here. I do need emotional protection, but I still need them to fucking care about themselves. God damn.
For me, being the female, I'm the emotional part of the relationship. I need the man to be a man and protect me.
Yes.
Preach.
Well, fuck yeah,
That's
for
how I
sure.
feel.
Okay.
Preach sister.
Yeah.
But okay, have you ever been in a position where if your man handled that situation, they might find their asses in jail or something? Where it's like, well, if my mouth went off and I was like, you blah blah blah, and then like handled it, so then. But I found myself in those positions and got in a fight with my man after, why could you da da da? I'm like, well, because you're gonna end up in jail. I'm trying to protect you.
But I think
so those are interesting.
To her point, the discipline of the man on the right that he has to hold to get to that place. When he does meet the woman that needs the emotional protection and the physical protection, I think the way he leads will allow her to not to be yap to where he has to step in to protect.
Yeah, he can tap into his dark side.
She will let him lead that and protect her in the way that he's supposed to because he has the discipline that he's put in to get to that body.
Exactly.
Is it the discipline or the experience? The discipline or the experience of I have been someone that's been in my head and been self-insecure and this, that, and the other. So you've been through the darkness. So that your darkness, is that what relates you? Or is it the discipline that got you somewhere else?
I think it could be
because
both.
if the discipline that got you somewhere else is the only thing, that you're only going to have to meet someone that has already done the discipline yourself.
Absolutely.
You're not going to help someone do.
I'm just seeing both sides of the spectrum because I've always had to be the strong one. I've always had to be that one.
Right. Yeah, and I love your opinion.
I've also been with a man that has been a man to where I got to sit down and be.
I got to be that too, but then I got uncomfortable with it.
No, totally. And sometimes.
So why? I don't know. I'm still working on it.
That requires the discipline of the way he leads your relationship in order to get you to a place of.
Because I need to have control at some point. I need to be able. I need to be able to have.
Again, that is the point. And the guy who's in better shape is not going to allow you control. That's the point.
There is that.
No, it's the point. It's like these older men are easier to manipulate. The fatter men are easier to manipulate. Yes, that is the theme of the show.
But if we're talking biblically and we're talking ancestrally, when it says, "Oh, a man's supposed to protect, provide, conquer," right? It doesn't tell in which way. It just says that he has to provide and to lead. It doesn't say in which way. It doesn't mean financially. It doesn't mean, protection health-wise.
It's relative.
Safety.
It's relative.
It just says that he has to do these. Or this is what makes a man. This is what makes a woman. So, and that's just
my
playing
thing,
devil's advocate in that thought process. I can understand.
Slit
where-
throats and change diapers in the same day.
Can I say one thing that I heard here actually just in the past couple of days that I thought was super amazing, especially being a Vegas girl? We go to clubs and stuff. There's a cover, not for us girls, but I mean for you. Quite frankly, you have to have a cover charge.
For Michael?
Yeah, you'd have
Not
to have
if
a
you're
cover
ripped.
charge. Let's say you had a $25 cover charge, right? What are you gonna do? Argue that no, you're not gonna argue it. You're gonna pay your fucking $20 and get the fuck in the club and get some pussy and do whatever the fuck you want. But why is it if I want communication and this, that, and the other, why don't I have a cover charge for me? If you're not willing to pay that cover charge for me, then why the fuck do you have access to my vicinity? You know, and I heard that here just recently, and I don't know, I feel like it's kind of on topic, but a little off topic, but I thought it was very
So we need to pay to share the same airspace.
No. The thing is that establish your cover charge. What is the basis of that cover charge? What's the base? You know, and if someone cannot pay that $20 cover charge, open communication.
Let's land the plane. Let's land the plane.
I'm landing the plane right now. I'm just saying, if they cannot do that, I'm just saying, like, you know, so men out there,
Good.
fucking.
Have boundaries. All right. And if you're
let
a
me
woman,
point this out. Let me point this out
No,
to
if
you.
you're a man, then listen to your women and fucking pay your cover charge, and you might fucking
if you're
find a well.
if you're seeing this guy, and he looks like the guy on the right. Okay, he's jacked. He's got, you know, what do we think he's at? Like 14% body fat?
Maybe less.
Maybe less than that.
Well, what conversation?
So let's. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me steer this one a little bit here. So you see this guy. You're on vacation. He's not flexing. He doesn't have his shirt off. He still looks pretty good. He's not in that pose where he's trying to sort of show off, right? Does that make, if he's just casual and he's not trying and he's just walking, do you find him more attractive being in the same body habitus if he's in a t-shirt or a tank top and just sort of lounging around, not trying to show off? Does that make him more attractive?
What's the objective of the goal?
Well, the point of it is, do you find him more attractive because he is relaxed and he's not trying? This looks try hard to me. That's what I'm saying.
And you're not judging it based on a photo where he's flexing.
Yeah, he's trying. This is not a bodybuilding contest. He's just walking around, or you meet him in a club, or he's at Tao Beach Club, right? He's walking around. Do you find him more attractive because he's not trying to flex? He's not trying to lay all this shit on, like his six-pack abs on you. You just happen to glance, you just happen to pick it up out of the corner of your eye. Does that make him more attractive because you're in a casual setting, or does he just look like a goofball because he's doing one of these? He's doing one of these things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think most women find him attractive at all. I think what's happened is they're just between the tiebreaker is which seems like the guy who can take care of my kids, and they're picking the one on the right. That's all. That's all.
My God.
Picking the one on the left. Sorry.
And it's interesting what a psychological effect it has too. And instead of judging it on the physical look, it's more about the psychological of what you were just saying. Which one is going to be the one that's going to stay with me and take care of my kids versus the one that's...
Well, we're talking about the same person up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That same person has that same morals and values, and we're just judging on how they present themselves.
Right.
So presentation, we all have a mask every fucking day that we walk out. When I go home, I want to take my mask off. Can I take my mask off with you? That's my biggest question. I don't give, you know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff. So if your experience from getting that strength to get fit and all that made you mentally in a place where that you and I can have a conversation and like be about it, where it's not so like more personal, more in depth, then I'm all about it. But if you're gonna go through that transformation and become a narcissist, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, again, we don't. But
You
you
feel
guys,
me?
do you see
That-
how
that
many?
transformation
Hold on. Do you see how
comes
many
to
women
it.
have projected narcissism on him? He hasn't done anything wrong. He didn't do anything.
No, but I didn't. I gave him there's two different avenues. Whether I talk to him, he could go one way or he can go the other. That's up to him. That's up to
And
you.
then also us women that work out at the gym and then go and pose with,
I work out in the
whatever are the most flattering poses for us, pushing our butt out. Like, is that considered the same thing, or are we?
I love that you're bringing that up.
Yeah, I mean,
double standards when a girl
double
does
standards.
it, advertises
Yeah.
narcissism, right?
I mean,
oh my God, it's so not narcissism.
I'm sorry.
I'm just rating
It's not narcissism. No, listen, it's just
Narcissism
It's $5.99 for the next 30 days on my OF. That's all it is. I'm running a special. It's not narcissism.
I will argue with this one for the next 30 days. Every day.
I'm just doing a collab with my friend's husband. That's all I'm doing. It's $5 for the next 30 days on OF. That's all it is.
Let's. I got another video. I got another related video. That was the setup. That was the shot. Here's the chaser.
This of 96 studies testing 6 dimensions of masculinity found that strength and muscularity was the strongest and most consistent predictor of a man's mating success. Better than a deep voice, better than testosterone, even better than height. Bit surprising, I know, and while numbers can lie, in this case, I don't think numbers are lying. Now, part of this is probably just the likely personality that gets jacked. The men who do the things you need to do to get strong and muscular are probably more ambitious romantically, on average. A large part of this seems to be scaring off rivals. There's some research indicating that formidability in the eyes of men is more important to your romantic success than attractiveness to women. Jacked dudes might just not have to compete for the women they want because other men are just too scared to test their temper. But to be clear, some of this association is attractiveness. Men might want to be more muscular than women want them to be, but women typically still prefer men who are more muscular than average. So given that muscles are scientifically sexy, what is up with the dad bod phenomenon? When choosing a mate, women are looking for men who are able to produce robust offspring and protect them, but they're also looking for a man who will nurture and invest in her offspring. And some hypothesize that more muscular men are less likely to be good at this nurturing role on average. Perhaps they're more likely to be the aggressive type and or less likely to be the committed type. And indeed, that is women's perception of them. There's been direct research on dad bods, and sure enough, women perceive men who are plumper and less muscular to be better dad candidates. And so even if in the broadest sense athletic men are more attractive to women, it's perfectly sensible that some women, especially in some contexts, will find a dad bod, a soft physique, most appealing. A recent meta-analysis of 90...
Alpha fucks,
Oh, that was
beta
rough.
bucks.
He spit some truth. So he spit some
Alpha
truth on that.
fucks,
Woo!
beta
Right on
bucks.
it. I need to digest that one for a minute. Wow.
I love it. All right, you want to go to another one?
I thought that was interesting because
That's great.
I thought that was
well,
hella interesting.
the thing is, like, one of the I don't know if you really explained this, but I think one of the other reasons why women don't like the more they prefer the guy who's a little bit fatter is because the guy who's more jacked doesn't look like the guy who's going to stick around.
He's
He
not
looks
gonna-
like he's.
that is
you
the-
can
that
call
is
him.
the
You can
key
call him. You can
fucking
call.
point.
You can
That
call
is
him
the
a.
key
You
point.
can
We
call him a
have-
narcissist all day long. But the thing is that's a guy who fucks.
That's
the
the
guy
guy
who's
who fucks
fat
around.
doesn't
Exactly.
fuck.
Can I just have a brief recap because I had to get up and use the restroom? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't get to see
Oh,
that.
just basically, it said that what women find, they find men who are plumper to be better dad candidates.
Dad candidates.
Like-
Goes
like-
back to exactly what I said before.
Kind of on the premise of like if this person's super fit, then they're super attractive. Other women think they're attractive, and therefore they have these options.
Right,
you know,
right.
blah,
So
blah,
so
blah, blah, right? Am I
here's
wrong?
a study, and this one's just for Bree because it's in the evolutionary psychology textbook. Men who have higher grip strength, i.e., higher testosterone, are more likely to cheat. There you go. That's it.
Cheater, pumpkin eater over here.
It reminds me of what you guys said, like the 100 women versus accountability. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not to be played with. He's already put in that discipline. So now, hey, 100, time to be accountable.
Well,
like you
so,
know what I mean?
Okay, question. So, like gym rat men, gym rat women, right? So as men, when you go to do you work out? Do you think like did you finish 9, 10? Oh, that fucking hot ass bitch. Oh God, I'm gonna get
Most
Or
of
as
the
women,
time.
when we go, we're like, okay, we want to feel healthier. We want to just be a little better. Like it's more solo, right? As men, is it men? Is it more solo or is it?
I think about people who doubted me. I think about that.
Yeah.
When I'm
See,
in the
you-
gym. Yeah,
I think about like fighting. Like I'm thinking about
Oh my
survival.
gosh.
Whenever I'm like
This is so
pushing
interesting.
iron, I'm like somebody disrespected me or someone I love.
I
I'm like,
love this. Okay,
So,
That's
like,
the primal
every man's
instinct.
motivation is
Yeah.
different,
Okay,
but
that's
For
primal.
me, it's
This
like
is,
survival.
the gym is primal. There's primal things that come into with the gym. That is so. This is an interesting.
I just listened to Slayer in the squat rack.
No, back in,
That's
in
really, that's
primal
all there
days.
is to it.
Yeah. And if you couldn't be strong and protect the tribe, everyone died.
Right. So that
Facts.
primalness kind of really.
I think the same goes for women too that have had those triggers or have had that trauma or that toxicity where we want to be strong and we're in the gym. I don't think it's like, oh, that hot guy's gonna look at my ass and think it's hot.
No,
some of us are in the gym.
I want my
because
mirror,
they may not
so.
have that man protecting them or that man leading them, and so they're in the gym like, okay, that one last one is the difference between me getting taken advantage of or being looked at as weak. And so
Ooh.
therefore, some of these women get the same primal instinct too, especially in this new generation where women
So
are having
take
to
that
be a little bit
into
more
treating us
masculine. Because
working
I've always
on
said
men.
that quote: if you want a woman, a true man, if he wants a woman to be in all of her submission and femininity, then you have to remove those masculine responsibilities of that woman in order to allow her to be like that. And
I
so
agree
think
with that.
That was a good play off that for sure.
Bree, do you have something to say about that? About
Tricky either
removing
way.
masculine
Tricky, though.
responsibilities from a woman? Because I think if I said what she just said,
The
it
fucking
would come
mic
off,
setup that we have.
it would
yeah.
come off as sexist if I said what she just said.
No, I'm just thinking that I would rather fuck the fattest guy I've ever met than listen to the guy that you had in the video talk to me in bed for 10 seconds.
No, you're talking about Mackin?
Let me tell you what the stats and
Talk
this
about
is.
Mackin
Shut
Murphy.
the fuck
Mackin
up.
is jacked.
I'd rather ride
Mackin is jacked and has a hot wife. You're right. I disagree with you.
guy than listen to
I
this
think if
guy
you met Mackin, you would.
quote his
No, I
stats
disagree
and
with you.
evolutionary psychology for the, yes, spare me. I mean,
I
honestly.
love her. I love you.
I'm just like,
Mackin, we're standing up for you, buddy. That's bullshit. I don't agree with her at all. I think she would go.
Wait a minute. I got another one for you. Here you go.
Is hot is going to be perceived as funnier. He's going to be perceived as having a better personality, as more intelligent, even if he isn't, more likable, even if he isn't. They've done some really silly studies here. I mean, it's terrible, but they've put photos and biographies, kind of like a dating app, and mixed and matched them to try and determine the effect of looks versus personality. And there was a study on women where they did this. There were moderately hot guys, there were hot guys, and not so hot guys. And the personality changed whether the hot guy or the moderately hot guy was preferred. But no matter what, the not hot guy was not preferred. Personality mattered if a guy was hot enough. So the guys who were very unattractive, they were rated as having worse personalities than they would have if they were hot, and they were rated as less dateable overall than the hot guys. It is just one study, but there's other studies that converge on this idea that if you're past a certain level of hotness, then personality makes a difference. But if you're not attractive enough for a person's standards, then personality, it might matter, but it doesn't quite make a difference. Because it's so funny, I'll share the second part of this study. They had the women's mothers come in and were like, choose someone for your daughter to date. And you'd think it's like, gosh, I mean, the mothers are surely going to pick based on personality because they don't have to be with the guy physically, one would hope. And yet they went through the same selective pattern as their daughters. Now, from a social perspective, this is pretty hard to get your head around because it's like, well, they don't have to sleep with their daughter's boyfriend, so why do they care what he looks like? Right. But from a basic sexual selection perspective, right, from a biological perspective, it's like, well, that's their grandchild that they're talking about. And so they have to care about the same things. For the same reason that one might want a good-looking husband to have children with, you'd also want a good-looking man to help produce your grandchildren.
Oh, red for filth. I'm done.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead, Juan. Time out, Juan. Go.
Vegas, we have Magic Mike and Thunder from Down Under. Girls pay a lot of money to go to these shows to see these guys who are jacked. I'm not allowed to disclose that.
Oh, why?
So my point is, how is it possible that everyone's saying that the dad bod is more attractive when there's that happening here in Vegas?
well, is every guy marrying like a girl from the strip club, the first strip club he goes to? Because there's strip clubs all over. No,
Bree, I'm going to tell you that most men, if they could get a girl that hot, would marry them. Yes. The problem is these are not. These are not Bree. These are not men you'd be interested. These are not men you'd be interested.
Not men you'd be interested in.
These are not men you'd be interested in.
I don't want to monopolize the conversation.
Why is
so I'm going to let a couple other people go, but I have a rebuttal. Rolo, come back to me.
Okay. Anybody else?
We
want to hear
Why would you say that? Why do you interpret that these? I mean, I have my answer, but why would you interpret that these are the type of men that she would not be interested?
That's what I want to know too.
No, I'm talking about men who would like. We don't understand in general. Even Rollo and I don't truly grasp the ultimate desperation of men. Not just male loneliness epidemic, but just ultimately
the thirst is real.
The third, again, two things I want you to consider. Well, three. Number one, there are $6.6 billion that went to OnlyFans content creators, which is more than the all 30. What's it called? All 30 salary caps for all 30 NBA teams. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the fact that a man on average gets 6 matches for every 1,000 right swipes on a dating app. It's just that's a crazy number. And then the last one is 1,000 dudes lined up to fuck Bonnie Blue.
Bro.
And she's midder than shit. The idea that 1,000, guys, I just want you to consider, you live in a neighborhood and there's like 1,000 women and 1,000 men, and 1,000 men would be willing to have sex with this one woman. Think about guy number 700. He's waiting in line. He just saw $6.99 right there, and there's 701, and he's waiting in line to have sex with this woman that 500 plus people have already had sex with. Do you not understand the desperation of like the male epidemic? That's what I'm talking about. Wow. We don't understand. And what I'm saying is those desperate men, you wouldn't be interested in them, Bree, and they would marry a stripper. They'd marry one in 2 seconds.
I get men to pay me to step on them, so men will pay for everything and wait in line for everything.
I believe you. That part of the point of the show is like for a lot. Also, I mean, in part, the men who are at the bottom and feel lonely, for us to give them some level of support, and also for women to come to the recognition. When you're complaining about men, you're almost entirely complaining about that top 20% of men. You're not, these other men, you don't even see them. You don't even see them. These men are. They deliver your mail. They hand you your Chick-fil-A. They stock
the shelves.
They stock the shelves of CVS.
No,
you
when
don't
I want
see
extra
them.
Taco Bell hot sauce, you best believe that person sees me because I want a bunch of hot sauce.
You don't remember what they look like.
Yes.
You don't remember what they look like.
He's a hot sauce dispenser. That's
what he is to you.
It might as well just be like a little.
You de-anthropomorphized. I don't know if there's a word. De-anthropomorphized him. You dehumanized him. Like. Yeah.
All right,
it's really sad, but again, it goes back to the primal thing where the strongest survive.
I don't think I ever
maybe I don't
fantasized
know
about getting caught in a driveway through a window. You know, and I fantasized like the washing machine, like the whole thing, but not so much like a drive-through window. So I guess he's got a point there.
Did you order the
Actually,
sauce?
that could be an idea.
It makes me kind of sad thinking about it, how he was talking about it. It makes me kind of sad.
No, that is sad. Like most men don't exist to women at all.
That's really sad.
No.
But as pretty women though, I feel because I've seen it a lot, and like I do too. Like I feel like I treat we treat genuine pretty people treat human beings as human beings. You know what I mean? And so
I can hardly wait for the chat
but
to
you
go.
know, but what's really sad about it is that the people that have the most to fucking say, you chat motherfuckers, is the people that have the most to say to people, to put people down. The ones that keep to themselves, or you know what I mean? They're just living day by day, like everyone, just giving compliments this, that, and the other. Like those are the human beings that you should take into account for. All those chat people, anyone that's got anyone negative to say about you, go fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
There's that word again, should.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, bitch.
Bree.
Well, listen, my biggest complaint about this show and what it puts, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Wow.
What it puts forth, I feel like he had like a psychic moment.
That was
is
evolutionary over there, bitch.
Pervades a culture of shallowness. And now, granted, in the age we're living in with online, out of, let's see, like 100, yeah, hang on. The age of shallowness we're living in, like, I get it. Like, we see somebody online, like, that's your first thing, or even in real life, right? Like, you look at someone, that's the first thing you see is their physical appearance.
Sure.
And sure, it's very easy as humans to sort of judge someone based on that, or judge our attractiveness to them based on that. However, I can honestly say from the bottom of my soul that the people that I have been the most attracted to in my life are people whose it was the overall thing. And honestly, if I line them all up, it would probably be the people who are the least conventionally attractive.
Right, because
I gave them a chance, Michael.
For sure.
Thank you.
But the thing is,
Thank you, girl.
But
Thank you,
also,
girl.
like, what you're looking for are different attributes that are going to be a better protector, provider, provisioner, emotional protection.
Okay, so what are those attributes? Because all I keep hearing is the protector, the strong. I don't give a fuck about your muscles.
Exactly.
That was not the thing that attracted to me in the end.
Humor, charisma, intelligence, the ability to network with other people, like those kind of things. Emotional intelligence, empathy. Those were other things that you found
So may I
attractive
ask
about
you
this
this?
man.
In your
But
Men
he
of
had to
Action
be-
program,
he had to be
in your Men of Action program, do you promote those things?
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
that's the whole part.
the 9 things we promote. What do you think I promote? Steroids? What the fuck do you think I promote?
Hang on.
What do you think? Did you spend money on
Now
these
listen,
hoes? Is that what you think I promote?
With the, I don't want to reveal anything personal, but when we were talking the other night,
Yeah.
us as friends, the only thing you referenced was the gym, losing weight, the gym, losing weight, the gym.
no,
that was all,
but
and
that-
then money and making money.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Those are the
but
only
that
things
wasn't
We all know you're
that was-
good looking,
hold on,
Mike.
that
We
was-
all know you're
that
good
wasn't-
looking.
That wasn't
Those are
in
the
context to
only
my course. That had nothing to do with my course. In my course, it's relevancy, competency, access to scarce resources, access to scarce locations, access to scarce networks, humor, charisma, pre-selection, and social proof. Like those were the
I
attractive.
believe you, but those you did not mention. You have not mentioned
Because
that.
you're not
You
one of my
don't promote it on this
clients.
show.
But I think that
You're not one of my clients.
I said I wanted to take the course. I responded
You
action
absolutely-
to the email blast.
You can
and
take
did not
my.
let
Go
me
ahead.
take the
Can we
course. I'm going
just
to take
give her?
the course.
Give her a login.
But I
Seriously,
think that-
no. Anytime you want.
But I think the general consensus
Hey,
of
if
what
you
when
go
we
through
first
me.
started this conversation was what the question was based on the immediate response.
The immediate,
you know what I mean?
immediate response.
I
yes.
think, well, everything
You have to
saying
make
is
me
valid.
tingle for me to give you a chance.
Playing devil's advocate, I think when he first asked the question, it was and it went around and asked everybody. It was based on like immediately based on the photo, like what do we think?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So then, as women, what makes you tingle? What makes you tingle? Like for instance, so if I see a guy walk in, I'll be like, oh, you're kind of cute.
Well, realistically, neither. But when I answered the question, it was just based on when he asked it. This immediate. That's why after hearing everybody.
But no. What's your immediate though?
I totally understand where everybody had their opinion about what was going on. Because when I gave it, it was based on he is comfortable looking. You know what I mean? Like like I said, he had the I don't give a fuck attribute looking wise. But the other one from a disciplinary spectrum, because I typically go about it in the way that you do. It goes beyond that first initial one where I will give the chance. I think innately, naturally, I don't give the one day. For me, like I'm very much so like more so sapiosexual. You gotta tickle up there before you tickle down there.
You gotta make me tingle. Make me tingle.
But I think I can see where other people are coming from based on like what the first.
So you meant if you see a woman walk into a room, do you immediately tingle in the sense of like, ooh, shit.
No,
or do you tingle in a sense of like us women? For me personally, I'm saying us women, but I'm talking about me personally. You can be like, ooh, he's kind of cute.
So
and then you see him smile this and like, ooh, now I'm tingling.
Let me start with this one. Let me start with this. Within the first like 5 seconds, guys determine whether or not that chick is fuckable and she's available.
That's so crazy.
Simple as that. And we have to, and I'll tell you why we have to, because in our evolutionary past, because the option was ejaculate and evacuate. That's all it was.
Everything comes back to biology.
It comes back to the biological fact that
do you think it's biological? So you think it's very primal. You think
exactly.
It's very
That's why men are able to finish so quick.
Which is
also out of there. You know,
we gotta go see. We gotta go see our other family.
Yeah.
We gotta go see our other family.
I know that ring goes from the middle finger to the ring finger real quick, don't it?
Well, so let me more to your point though, because you guys are basically talking about two separate things here, and this is why in my books I've separated this out. If you ask a woman what she looks for in a guy, she's going to tell you what she finds attractive in that guy, meaning long-term relationship characteristics. So he's got to be, that's the 436 bullet point checklist. It's the prerequisites that the guy has. He's got to be funny, he's got to be intelligent, he's got to be more educated, has to come from a good family, has to want children in the future, has to like puppy dogs, rainbows, Disneyland, and all this other bullshit that is attached to all of that stuff. All of the things that make him like, sapiosexual, tingle in the head kind of stuff, those are attraction cues. So if you ask a woman what you're looking for in a guy, she's going to tell you what she's attracted to. Now, if you say, what are you aroused by? Are you aroused by what? He's got to have a nice ass. He's got to have 22-inch guns. He's got to have a V taper. He's got to have a 6-pack abs. He's got to be at least 6 feet tall.
And physical attraction is a masculine energy.
He's got to have a good jawline.
It is, and
those are the things that turn. What is it that arouses you and gets your blood flowing? If guys would ask that fucking question,
I don't know.
instead of what are you looking for in a guy, because guys are going to think. Because of what you said, are you attracted to a guy? We're going to think in terms of physicality. So when we're asking you what do you want in a guy, and you come up with, oh, he's got to be a Harvard-educated, lawyer and a surgeon and all this other stuff, like dogs and everything else.
Women don't fuck you guys sometimes just because we like the way you look for a second and regret it afterwards. I promise.
Exactly what I'm saying.
That's
exactly what I'm saying.
Hey, Bree, do you regret any of them? Bree, you got any regret?
Probably more so.
Bree, can you tell us about some regret real quick?
So if you separate those two instead of trying to combine them into one, you will get a more accurate.
Hold on. Sydney, any regrets? Any regrets in the past?
When we act like you men, we do.
September, any regrets? Yeah, grab the mic. So you have any regrets?
Yeah.
What happened? He was just really hot and he was really dumb?
Yeah. No, it was the thunder from down under that was not down
Oh
under.
my God, the dick will keep you coming.
It was that. It was exactly like, oh yeah, he's jacked up and he's hot and he's like can move and then
he might got flexibility.
Was it Chad, Tyrone, or both?
Oh, it was like a mix. It was more the Chad. It was more the Chad.
And then he couldn't afford Taco Bell afterwards.
Totally.
No, with all the hot sauces he couldn't.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I want 15 hot sauce packets.
All right.
No, I don't. 15 mil. I don't want 15 hot sauce packets.
You can get on Taco Bell afterwards. So thank you.
All right. You want to do some more videos?
Okay. All right. This was actually a pretty good one here. Let's do this.
Be published in Personality and Individual Differences found that women who are high in intrasexual competitiveness are more likely to advise women who they perceive as potential mating threats to cut off more hair in an attempt to sabotage their attractiveness. The researchers studied 450 women who were presented with hypothetical salon clients. Participants were asked to recommend the amount of hair to be cut off for each woman. Women who reported high levels of intrasexual competitiveness were more likely to recommend that clients have more hair cut off when the hair was in good condition and the clients expressed a preference for minimal cutting. Another finding is that women advise clients of similar attractiveness as themselves to cut off the most hair. Participants effectively targeted women they perceived as being on the same attractiveness level, potentially to try and reduce their attractiveness. Longer hair is a cue to youth and health.
Yeah, men love long hair. I don't think women realize how much men love long hair.
Hair where? Where is the hair? Where is the hair?
I have so much
hair too.
Okay.
I love my bald men.
I
Come
suffer
on
from
now.
lupus of the scalp. So underneath all of this, boom, it's cut. But I have a face for it to be cut, so I can slay it.
Okay. All right.
Amen.
Listen.
But
Before.
I have had women.
There we go. All right.
I've had
Incredible.
salon women.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
All right.
God, your face is so pretty. You should cut your hair off.
All right, listen, let me explain something to you. Okay, if all the guys here in this room, if we were out together or we're out with our buddies, and one of our buddies starts walking out of the club with a really attractive woman, we literally will probably start, and I'm not even being kidding, we'll start applauding. We'll be like, good job, bro. When we watch our guy friend going to smash some girl, we're very happy for them. Hey, bro, we're asking for details. At no point, if her ugly friend showed up, we jump in front of her, be like, hey, what's going on? No, distract the grenade. That's what we would do. That's what we do as men. As men, because of testosterone, right? Two things: we're assertive, aggressive, etc. But we also like to, as men, we like to accomplish goals with other men. Like when we talked about killing the gorilla, becoming the apex predator. So we as men, helping each other get our buddies laid is kind of a cool thing. Women will do anything they can to keep other women from having good sex. They will step on anything they can. And the less attractive the woman is, the more she will try to keep her friend from having sex. No, the problem is you guys are thinking about yourselves and you're not thinking about when you've been out and had a less attractive friend stepping on your dick when you're trying to go home with some dude. That happens all the time. Yeah. And the thing is, if there were 1 million men listening to me right now and have them raise your hand, guys, is it the ugly one who steps on your dick and tries to keep you from getting laid? All of them would jump up. It is a universal experience of men. Bree, it is a universal experience of men, Bree. And so, Bree, I'm going to tell you, as the observer, I'm going to tell you emphatically, women do so much to keep their friends. It's like, and here's the other thing. If you say I have a girlfriend and she has a friend who acts like a hoe, her hoe friend, I'm a threat to her hoe friend's freedom.
No,
so
the hoe friend's the threat.
Agreed.
Maybe you're just unpalatable to certain people. I have had a lot of heifer friends who have been good, great wing women. So like, you can't just.
But do they get jealous of you at the end? Because my best friend, my used to be best friend forever, and then it ended up being, as we got older into adulthood, it ended up being a problem because there was that differences
because you
and
got the hotter guy.
Actually, I will.
So I just wanted to ask you, just from my personal experience. So
I believe you, and again, everyone's experience is different, maybe, but in my experience, it's for me, the girls who are super attractive that are friends with me are the most insecure and try to steer me away from the guys that I'm.
Sure, okay, maybe they're more insecure, but in comparison, if we compare the two genders, which gender is trying to help their homies get laid more?
Well, men, because you're.
I thought this was about hair.
But it's like 100x.
That's like a profound thought. Like, you're trying to like.
It is a profound thought if you've never thought of it before and you don't understand.
But you know what's funny about it?
From an intersexual dynamic standpoint, it is a profound thought because what happens is, for me, I have some female friends who do want me to get with a girl and they help me out, but most of them don't. Especially if they have a crush on me.
You're citing a specific sexual preference, Michael.
Wait, what?
Threesomes. You're.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What are threesomes? What are threesomes?
Which, by the way, I think is wonderful and beautiful.
Can somebody chat GPT that? What is a threesome? Somebody.
I've even seen it in the strip club too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Where I used to perform as a house girl, and then a group of people would come and it'd be intermixed, and you definitely get the guy that's like, it's just not his vibe. You know what I mean? And it can sway. every other guy's vibe there because he's just not on the same party train as everybody else.
Girls.
However, what I've seen more so is that homegirl that was there, that it was more her uneasy vibe, and it totally fucked it up. Because eventually I felt like a little, little duels, a little champagne, and the guy that wasn't really in the vibe eventually would be like, yeah, dude,
women,
go get that hot
women
girl.
here.
You know
How many times have you slept with someone and their homeboy try to fuck you after? Or try to hit you up? Them homeboys want to hype you up. They want to hype you up.
We're trying to help each other. Because we're trying to help each other.
Don't trust your friends. Don't
be getting it first.
It's Stockton and Malone. We're trying to help one another.
I have
That's
a
what we're doing.
question. I have a question.
We're selfless. Go ahead, Bree.
The data that you're citing, personally or not,
Uh-huh.
when you're saying, "Oh, the woman would like," you're referring to attractive women who want to hook up with other attractive women and
Attractive.
maybe-
What are we talking about? I'm not talking about. So you're bringing up the threesome thing. Let's keep that out of it. We're just talking
Well, now
about
hang on.
women
I'm just
in
saying
general.
generic, not you. I'm just saying all of us,
Okay.
collectively, society. You're referring to threesomes where it's like nobody wants to bring a less attractive person.
No,
usually,
I
into a
have
threesome. But-
clients who have threesomes with their partner.
Oh, God. I just said, let's not make
Guys,
it
let me
personal
finish.
on these
Please
things.
let me finish. I have clients that have threesomes with their partner, and one of the number one complaints I hear is my girl keeps bringing uglier women home because she doesn't want this other girl as competition.
Well, wait, you just proved my point, though, which I said that the most attractive girls that I know who are my friends try to keep
Oh yeah,
me
I don't
away from-
disagree with you. You're completely right. Of course, I'm just saying like
Wait,
women.
can we clip that? But
Of course.
yeah, thank you.
Women in my point is women. My point is women in general stop their friends from getting laid more than men stop their friends
I
getting
would
laid
agree,
in
but I'm
general. That's
confused.
my
I
point.
thought this was about hair length.
Yeah.
Seriously, I thought it was
Rolo,
about
are we
short
ever
hair
gonna get to
versus
the
long
VR
hair,
porn?
but,
Oh yeah,
maybe
hair length.
I-
Do you want to pull?
No.
Do you want to pull on like the top of someone's
Well,
hair?
okay,
or not?
so the reason
like a
I'm
bald
asking
head,
is
it's like,
because
like
For
a
the
bald
bald
head
head, you
too
get a toilet
sometimes.
plunger. Just
Yeah, everyone's got their place and time.
All right, go ahead.
for my hair, I'm growing it out from a buzz cut. So I had really, really long hair, and I buzzed it all off. I went to a buzz cut, and I lost
some girl tell you to do it?
thousands of followers. No, I just did it because of a fashion experiment. I lost thousands of male followers because I shaved my head. And so that's why this is interesting to me. And now my hair is the length that it is because I've grown it out for a year now. And so that's what I thought this was about hair length. So I'm very curious
No, but
to
hair
know
length. So hair length is
yes.
a proxy for like cutting. A woman asking another woman to cut her hair shorter is a proxy for me trying to get her to not be my competition. That's the whole point. It's a so hair length as a proxy. That was the whole point that Mackin was making right
So
there.
it makes it's like the opposite of a guy like introducing testosterone to his boy.
Which we all do. All of us start taking tests because of our homie. We all of us.
You're just trying to help your homie.
Well, this is super important too. Like, opposite of telling a guy to cut his hair short to make him look less attractive, we're actually trying to build our homies up.
That's what I'm saying.
Because whenever the whole group looks good,
Okay, I got it.
Why don't you want to show off your partner? Like, I'm sorry, like. If,
Hold on,
like,
wait.
I'm
Bree
gonna
does not
really
agree with this.
show
Hold
off.
on. What is it, Bree? Bree, you got to move closer to us. You're almost off.
Would that be like me trying to encourage you to eat more butter cake?
Table's only so long. It's like 12
I know.
cycles.
I've been down there
honestly,
too.
we
I know.
extend the table.
It's the worst. I've been down there
Thank
too. I
you.
hate it. I know. I feel you.
Do you know how many and girls weigh in? How many guys that have tried to cut their homie down in front of me to try
Yes.
to get to me?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
be
broken
we-
up friendships.
We
Broken
build our homies
friendships.
up. I mean, maybe you're a nice guy, but I have so many
Yes.
guys who try to cut their
So
guys
this is
down to get with me.
this has to do with men in a sexual deficit. So my buddy Justin Waller said it best. He goes, "It is not an evil man you should be worried about. It is a desperate man, right?" And so it is the desperate, but because men in general have more of a women have no sexual deficit. Men in general have more of a sexual deficit than women. The men who are in the highest level of sexual deficit will talk the most shit about their homies
So
behind
wait,
their
what's
back.
the difference between men and women? You're saying that women more often than not, statistically, wherever you're pulling these stats from, will cut down their more attractive friends?
Generally, it's guys. It's a few guys in your a friend group who are jealous. It will happen, or it's guys who really don't like you. Most of the guys who would try to cut me down, my ex would tell me, were guys who don't like me very much.
Don't trust any of your friends.
So it's just one of these things. And by the way, I want to say this. I was actually rehearsing this. I was going to say this. There's a bunch of guys.
That's what he's doing in the bathroom.
Right? No, listen. There's a bunch of guys watching this right. I know you guys are watching this right now. And I'm not trying to say this to be an asshole. I really am not trying to say this to be mean. This is truly out of compassion for you. Every single thing you've said about me behind my back, every single word gets back to me because you keep saying it to attractive women and you keep thinking these attractive women are not going to come right back to me and tell me every word you said. You think because you pay them money or because you work at a club or whatever that they're loyal to you. No, every single one of them snitches right back to me. So there's a bunch of dudes. And by the way,
personal and targeted.
by the way,
Michael.
by the way,
Just say the name. Say the name. Tell us the name.
by the way,
Who was it?
by the way,
Keep
by the
on.
way,
I wanna
by the
hear
way,
it.
if I see you in person, I'm gonna dap you up. We're cool. I'm just Bree. Let me finish. I'm gonna dap you up. We're cool, but I'm not gonna do business with you, and I already know. It doesn't matter. I'm not pissed at you. I'm like trying to tell you guys for your own benefit. You snitching about another man to a girl is only hurting you. My ex used to my ex. And by the way, shout out to Fit Club. I like the people who run that place. But the guys at Fit Club who would sit there constantly running their mouth, talking shit about me to my girl, and she would come back and tell me all about it, and then take her clothes off to have sex with me because it turned her on so much. It turned her on so much.
Yes, it does.
That these men could not keep my dick out of their mouth. They had to keep
Yep.
talking about me and my sexual activities. Guys, you look like a beta snitch. So for the love of God, this is my free piece of advice for you. Stop talking shit about other men behind their back. Those men, because they
Get more pussy, bro.
you make them look higher status, and those women will always snitch to those men. Always. So again, I'm not trying to, because there's probably going to be maybe some guys, maybe you guys have grown up and you'll come and apologize to me. But I just want you to know, every single one of you, I know every single word you've said. Every single one, because what happens is constantly women are coming to me and be like, this guy's talking shit, this guy's talking shit. They all tell me what you're doing. I see the screenshots that you send them. I know, and I'm not telling you this out of anger. Listen, I get it. I have my company blew up. I expected to get some hate. I'm telling you this for your own good. I am a male performance coach, and your performance sucks. That's why you're talking shit about other men.
Yes.
Send them to the client success managers at MOA. We'll take care of them.
No, 1,000%. No, honestly, I second and third that quite frankly. If you give me some shit and I can use that to go hype up my fucking, you want to talk about women manipulating men right there? Woo, baby, come feed me some information about you.
Oh, guys,
you know what I'm saying?
guys,
But it's not manipulation in a bad way. It's I know something, so now I can, you know what I mean?
Listen. I worked in counterintelligence for 2 years. One of the first things that foreign service agencies do to try to get dudes to share secrets is hire beautiful women. Hire beautiful women. And all you dudes have all been snitching on yourselves. And I'm not trying to tell you, I got you. I'm not saying that. I understand. I get it. You're in a sexual deficit and you want what I got. I totally understand that. I used to be the same way, but I would never snitch on a dude behind his back. So what I'm going to tell you is this is really, really counterproductive. And because of the internet and because most of my friends are female, like really, like the reason I'm able to have this show full of girls every week is because women in general don't hate me. And they're going to tell me the truth when you snitch on yourself about me. And so I'm trying to tell, I'm not trying to warn you. I don't hate you, but I'm telling you this is a really, really bad strategy.
We actually think you're kind of hot.
Oh, well, thank you, Leah.
And as a female,
sexy boy.
As a female, I can second that, right? Because here's a fun fact, because as part of what I do on the side of adult film is feature dancing. And so as a woman of color, I know my history. My history is Josephine Baker, the banana dance, the banana woman. And she got hired by the CIA to travel around Europe.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To gather intel because she used to seduce
a honeypot,
with her. It's a honeypot. And so it doesn't matter whether you're a sultan, you're a president, you're a king, whatever. It doesn't mean that you want validation for your woman, but sometimes as a man, you just want to know what a woman just might think about how her reaction is. And so you'll go home and you'll pillow talk, whether it's your wife or your whore, you're going to pillow talk with one or the other. And it's not locker room talk. It's that little bit of vulnerability that is the strongest and the most precious thing to a man. It's his brain. He's gonna go home and he's gonna pillow talk to that woman. And when you do, and you tell all the tells, yes, I agree. You look
I think men are more emotional, bro. I think men are more
agree.
emotional.
I totally agree.
I agree too. I think men are more emotional.
That was very profound.
I love how you said your whore. What'd you say? Your whore, your
yeah, your
girl.
whore, your wife. It's one of the other. I mean, they could be the same thing.
Talk to me like one of your French whores.
Wait, Michael, I agree with everything you just said, and I will also say this as somebody who, again, doesn't agree with you often. I have never heard you talk shit about another guy.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Yeah. And I just want to know: are you going to name the name of the guy?
No, because I truly want better for them.
That felt very personal. That felt like there was you were looking into like Ronald Reagan. You were looking into the camera talking to someone specific.
there's like. I'm talking about 30, 40 dudes. It's not just one or two guys.
I don't want to know names.
No. It's a lot of dudes. And I don't. And again, the reason why I'm saying this is, again, it's because I want better for you. Genuinely, I want the betterment of mankind. There's no. I don't need revenge.
That's really why people like us do these kind of shows, because we really are trying to make a difference in the world.
It's no revenge. I started an 8-figure company. I totally understand why you're angry. I don't have a problem with it. But my point is, I want better for you.
You're still trying to help
Right.
them. You're
Maybe
like,
they're
you
just
created this
jealous.
company to fucking help them. And
See, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna talk you up to all your girlfriends. And so it's like, okay, so invest in my new company. He's a really great guy. You should check him out.
Oh, are you gonna get him laid?
I'm gonna do the opposite.
Now, for the rest of you, here's what I would do. I would hire a guy to go through all the gyms in the city and just talk shit about you. Oh my God, you see Juan? Don't fuck Juan. He fucks all the girls. Juan is so dangerous. He fucks them all. You better be careful. He's so dangerous. You do that, but you would just be swimming in it. You'd be exactly. You'd be swimming in it.
He'd be swimming in that booty. Oh my God, you're so right. All right, we're gonna go around and talk all shit to you, and like you give us a report.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sounds
Let's
good.
do a social.
All right, here we go. Here's another one. Here's a new one.
The guy with the hot girlfriend because he knows how to pull. He closed the ultimate deal, okay? You ever see like a man guy with a hot girlfriend? You think he got her by just walking up to her and being like, hi? No, he knows how to carry himself and he knows how to close a deal. The ultimate deal. And I've been a sales manager for a couple years now, and I always look at the life that somebody's built around them. What city do they live in? Who's their partner? Who are their friends? What do they do for a living? How much do they love themselves? What do they look like? Because these sound very stereotypical, but it is a reflection of how this person works inside of their life. If this person's a hard worker and knows how to talk to people, they're going to build a great life for themselves. And no, I don't hire people just based off of this, but it is a great indicator to the level of success that somebody is going to have in other areas of their life. So if you're interviewing somebody and they have a hot boyfriend, hot girlfriend, great life, amazing car, live in a great city and love their life, they're more likely to do better for your business. So hire the guy with the hot girlfriend and hire the girl with the hot boyfriend.
I agree with half of that. I don't think
your business,
the girl
good
with
for
a
your
hot
heart.
boyfriend, that's not really landing the deal. Men are desperate as shit.
No,
but
for sure.
the guy with the hot yeah, for sure. The guy with the hot girlfriend.
The mid guy.
I'm
with
going to
the
take
hot
it a completely opposite direction. I won't hire a guy who takes back his girl after she cheats.
Yeah.
I don't trust you. I'm sorry.
Wow,
I wouldn't trust you because
on a guy level, that affects
Because your
that.
self-esteem is so low.
It's not that. Just go back to what I said before. It's not an evil man I don't trust. It's a desperate man.
Yeah.
So you're just showing
Exactly.
you're showing me such a level of sexual deficit that I really don't want to work with you.
No,
like
that makes
if you do that, it's
One
very
of
frightening to me.
the guys that I dated that was significantly older, that was like, and he's a large part of what made me who I am. Rest in peace, because he just passed away. But that was a big thing. Was two things that he, I guess, taught me or whatever. You know what I mean? As we're teaching each other, was number one, it was live in your greatness, because greatness requires greatness. You can't be mediocre and expect greatness. And the other one was not to go backwards. If you go backwards on yourself and that's all you have, then I can't trust you. And now, fast forward, I see it in an opposite way, because I hate surprises. I'm like one of those ones I hate. Like, everyone knows me. I do not surprise birthday party me. I don't like it. You could say, hey, I got something planned, wear this or that. but don't just bamboozle me. And so now, when I think about him and his passing, it always reminds me of that when I think about that, because I'm always like, okay, the person that knows that I don't like surprises, if you can go out of your way to look at me in my face and lie to me, even though your intention was to be great and birthday, happy birthday, but if you can lie to me, knowing I don't like that, I don't trust you. You're sneaky. And the same goes with someone that takes someone back. And people know me because I share avidly that I'm a mother of teenage little girls. And so I remember, because kids are brutally honest, and I remember my last relationship that I just got out of and that I left because it wasn't preparing my children to what they should tolerate. And I remember my daughter, because I have twins, and my oldest one looked at me with the straightest face, and she's like, "You cheated and you took him back." And I was like, "Ooh."
Ooh.
Oh. And I was like, "Ooh."
You didn't like that.
So-
but it put me on that, like, oh,
Been
you're
there.
right though. You're right though, because if I can't teach you to stand on your own, you know what I mean? Like I was like, oh.
I'm about to get in trouble here.
Yeah, that's okay.
If a girl cheats and takes her man back, it doesn't really bother me at all. Like, to be honest with you.
That's because we own them and manipulate.
If a girl does what?
Like if a girl takes her man back, like I'm really tell me the social
wait,
price.
she
Hold on, tell me the social price that Hillary Clinton paid when she took Bill Clinton back. Anyone? Did she become less famous or more famous?
She
Tell
didn't
me.
become president. That's
Tell
what
me.
social
Hold on.
media-
Tell me all the albums Beyonce didn't sell after she took Jay-Z back. Go ahead.
I love
Name for
you
me.
for all of
Again,
this. You are
women
the queen.
women do not pay
Wow.
a social price like men do. When men get cheated on and take their girl back, people don't want to fuck with them. People make fun of them. They make funny videos.
I'm so sorry, but you can fuck someone at 90 and fuck a 20-year-old. No one's gonna say shit to you. But if I'm fucking 75 and I'm this, that, and the other, so you
I
can
don't
take-
understand what you're talking about.
No, I'm
75?
just saying,
What?
no. If you are an older man and
Uh-huh.
you fuck a younger woman versus the older woman
We're talking
fucking
about
a
cheating.
younger man.
We're talking about cheating.
No,
Like-
no, I just
yeah.
cheating, this, that, and the other. Like there's that stereotypical difference. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
yeah,
even-
there's a double. I'm saying there's a double standard. There is, but if like honestly, let me ask you two guys.
You're doing cheating
if you there was a girl that you were going on a date with and she said, "Yeah, I found out my ex was cheating and I stayed with him for a while," would you think she's less loyal?
No.
Or like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I actually
how
don't
would
have
she
a,
be less loyal?
I
How
really
would she-
don't have that big of a problem. I don't really. I'm not
No,
trying to
no,
run a
no.
business with her. It sounds to me like most women, 80% of divorces are initiated by women, and this woman
Yeah.
tried to stay.
Yeah.
That's kind of
right. That's a
cool.
fucking vibe. That's a cool thing.
Total
So
biological.
men are the problem.
Total biological double standard.
Yeah.
So that's the point. I'm trying.
I don't. Again, women in general do not pay the same social price that men do when they get cheated on.
No, we pay the social price later on though. Like you don't like I said, older men can date younger women. Society accepts it. But when I'm 50 something years old,
Wait, are we
and I want
talking
a
about
22-year-old, when I want a 22-year-old, people are gonna chirp. So there
No,
is a societal
I'm pretty
fucking
sure.
thing.
I'm pretty sure you can bang a 22-year-old when you're 50.
Fuck yeah, I can. I will, and I will. But people chirp differently for it.
I'm not.
But people chirp.
Wait, Michael.
Don't deny it. People chirp. Do
Evolutionary
people not chirp?
psychology, like for a man to take back his cheating woman, like what would that mean? Like back in the caveman days, would it be like he's a cuck? He's
Stoning?
Forget the caveman day. It's just a function of supply and demand. Okay. I know I can't leave my girl around you because you're in such a sexual deficit that you took this cheating woman back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes you strong. Again, it's
desperation.
Imagine working like you work at a place and there's one of your employees who's starving, like literally starving, and he goes off and steals food. You don't want your employees broke. You don't want them starving. You want no one to be in a deficit mentally, physically, financially. You don't want them to be in a deficit. When they're not in a deficit, this is the reason why the most productive conversations I ever have is when I go to dinner with guys who are incredibly wealthy. They sit there and share ideas across the table. They come from a place of security, and they race one another.
Yeah, they
to
pay what?
the bill.
They pay what? They pay
the
what?
bill.
They pay what? For women and people to fucking agree with them at that dinner table?
No.
So that's why
I
they
didn't pay me anything.
I agree though. I think it's like from like just like when you talk about like psychology and like natural selection. You know what I mean? It's like almost the same thing as like this primal thing. Like, are you gonna take the one that's missing the leg? You know what I mean? It's gonna,
I guess
fuck up the herd. You know what I'm saying? Like you all are gonna die because that one couldn't keep up, and you went back to that one.
But
knowing
if
that one failed.
you're getting
Knowing the first one
relationship,
fucked
if you are getting relationship, I'm gonna tell you something. If you're getting relationship advice from very, very, very rich men, don't fucking take it.
Sorry.
Because
You've taken this way out of context. That's not what I'm talking about at all.
Did I take that way out?
Stop right now.
I was going off your rich man comment because
My rich man comment was the best advice I've gotten for building a business or when I go to dinner with.
Building a business though.
with really successful men.
I'm sorry. I
Got it. All right. Do you want to do another video?
Sure. Let's do this one.
one.
Like, hell no, dude, rich man.
100 articles recently about how kids are getting radical. There's been like 100 articles recently about how kids are getting radicalized by alpha male content. The blogs have tried everything to get the kids to stop watching. They even tried putting tampons in their bathroom. That didn't help. They tried telling them the men wear dresses now. That wasn't working. Because the guy over here is like, get pussy, get rich. And they're like, how about get gay and respect pussy? And they're like, I think I'm going to go with this guy. And then they're like, all right, final offer. How about you guys can play in women's sports? Is that doing anything for you? They even tried making videos telling men to cry. Have you ever seen those commercials? Where it'll be like a guy that looks like hard as fuck, like a Mexican gangster, and he'll be like, crying's not just for putos, you know? Or it'll be like a guy that's like a construction worker, and he'll be like, emotions are for cool guys. You find out that he wasn't a construction worker. It was an actor from Hollywood that they put in a construction worker outfit to say construction worker. Isn't that offensive to construction workers? A guy doing construction worker face and being like, we cry. Like, that's crazy. Like, what do you do for a living? IT. Can you imagine they did a commercial where they put on an IT suit, and what's your name? Or they go, I'm Robert from IT, and I kiss my dad on the lips. IT guys hold hands with their friends. Can you imagine, guys, like we made our version of that commercial? We just get a girl from Hollywood, we put her in like a traditional outfit where she's just like a housewife, and she's like, as a woman, sometimes we do need to calm down. I speak for all feminists to say, we are overreacting often.
Okay, that was really good.
Yeah,
That was funny.
It is. The first part is very true. They've done everything they can
possible.
Everything. So something that's been happening to me recently is every once in a while I'll have a video slip through the cracks and it will defeat their defenses and go viral. And generally because people are sharing it. I had a video get 33 million views like last month. The people who are sharing it from outside the platform, and because of that, it's organically going viral. And I know what happens the next week. Anybody want to guess what happens to my content the next week?
What happens?
Ratioed like crazy. Lucky to get 70 likes on a video. Completely nuked.
Oh, wow.
Anytime I have a video go viral because they really don't like my content, I get totally ratioed afterward. TikTok's the worst. Then probably Instagram. YouTube really doesn't do it that much, but it is mainly... if I have a video go mega viral, you guys can look right now. There's a video I have with Mike Rashid talking about I don't date women over 30. Look how many views it got. Look how many likes it got. And then look at all the videos right afterwards, and they're just tanked. And some of those videos had gone viral previously.
Because they are 30 or because they look like
No, okay, let's not talk about that.
Because I will, because I'm 31.
Yes.
I'm 25, actually. Pushed to be
25, yes, 25.
Damn it.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that they're doing everything they can to try to ratio this content. And the problem is it still doesn't work. They even have stooped to the level of making that television show Adolescence, where they try to make it out as if manosphere content was causing children to become violent. However, when you go, don't take my word for this, go on any sort of AI model, use Grok, ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever you want, and say, can you find one single incident where a middle-class child was sitting there watching manosphere content and then ended up stabbing his classmates? One example. And there isn't even one. Yeah. Adolescence is a complete and total fiction used as propaganda and used as justification for the censorship laws that are in the UK that are very unpopular. And the way they try to say it is these people are radicalizing you. We're not radicalizing anyone. And if anyone, it's like the William Costello, the whole thing about the incels are not being violent. There's no data to support this. And so because of that, what he's saying is absolutely correct.
Wait, what's the UK data? What are you saying with the UK?
In the United Kingdom, if you were to misgender someone, call someone the F word for being a homosexual, whatever, you can be arrested. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Since 2003, over 5,000 people have been arrested for their censorship laws. Yeah. Please don't take my word for this. Look it up on your own. There have been updates to these censorship laws in 2023, and people go to jail for what's considered to be hate speech. Let's say I had a nephew or a cousin who was homosexual and he was getting berated at school, I would feel horrible about it, and I would try to do whatever I could to stop it. But the person who says it doesn't need to go to jail. Yeah. That is not how this works. That is not how life, liberty, pursuit of happiness works, and that is not how the First Amendment ensures your right of freedom of press, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression. And so that because of that, you don't need to go to jail jail over that. So in order to get out from underneath that, to justify your actions, the UK government sponsors that show Adolescence, which shows, it's radicalizing these kids when none of that is true.
Well, there is some weird stuff going on with like the kids in their schools though with that topic. I mean, that's a whole topic for another discussion. But there is some weird shit that is going on. I mean, especially with so if let's say you go to the principal's office, right? Let's say you're calling someone a name that because of their physical like appearance, nothing to do with color or anything like that. They're gonna add on their other things and make your kid sign it. Because I have 2 kids and made a minor sign something. So it is really interesting. I feel like the minor and the issues that we're trying to like get to our minors, we're kind of slacking on. I feel like we need to put a little bit more effort in. Fuck our adult mentality. Let's get this. Let's get these kids
really weird
and let's navigate them correctly and not in a way where they're you know what I mean. Let's navigate that correctly.
But it's not just minors though. Like I remember with my rest in peace, my ex, right? We talked about a very popular commercial. Like, you are going to bring up race, right? Popular commercial. When you talk about, like, emasculation of just men, because they've tried it so many ways. Like he said, I agree. They've tried everything from kids to outfits to all. Like, I've seen it, and I can never look at this commercial the same because it's a health thing. It's a pill that you take to be not on what is it? Not detectable. You know what I mean? It's one of those prep something.
Dovato.
Right? Now this commercial when it first plays. When this commercial first plays, right? It has 2 men. We're talking about color, right? It has 2 men that are
Wait, you take PrEP, you're still going to test positive for HIV.
No, here's what I'm just talking about systematically, the MK Ultra of it and the brainwashing of it. I'm just talking about the brainwashing. I'm just talking about the brainwashing and what they've tried, and I've seen it. I've seen literally that commercial. You'll never look at the commercial the same. The commercial plays mostly on MTV and VH1 and you know what I mean, Logo and all these places where ethnic people just of any status tend to watch. Right. And so then you watch these 2 men of non-urban ethnicity, right? They're suited up, they're suited and booted. So it makes it seem like being like the video says, oh, be gay, but respect, coochie. Like, you know what I mean? It becomes so acceptable. Then the next scenario is like 2 men of some type of, just masculine looking wise, but they're like voguing and talking, like, you know what I mean? And it just throws you off.
But why? Okay,
no, but hold on, let me finish. The next scenario is what looks like, the alpha man of not ethnicity and or of ethnic background, and then you have what looks like a woman of of ethnic background. But when you really look at the woman, she's trans. And then you go to the last setting, because these are all like medical commercials, right? The last setting is like 2 people of ethnic, urban looking, background, but it's a heterosexual man and a heterosexual woman, but the heterosexual woman's pregnant, and what does that allude to? The guy being like, you know what I mean, on the down low.
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, and so it's like this psychological thing that they've tried so many times.
I'm going to say something, and I'm going to try not to get me and Rollo canceled, okay? So I'm going to say it like this.
Boy. Please.
Just research the actual transmission rate.
No, totally.
Please stop. Everyone be quiet for 10 seconds. The actual transmission rate between heterosexual couples for HIV. Just look up the actual. I'm not going to say anything. Stop talking. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. Just look it up on your own and then work backwards with your logic.
Because a lot of wives don't do
I'm just saying that I can see people's points and how they've tried different ways to
What's up? Bree, are you upset about something?
Michael.
Yes.
Please give it to him.
There we go.
Michael.
Do it. Do it now.
If you do you know how gay men have sex? Do you understand?
Michael, do you understand the mechanics involved?
Not personally, I'm just asking anatomically.
Sure.
So you would also know, perhaps you've had anal sex in your life. We're not going to delve into that. That they have a easier rate of transmission.
Yes.
Solely based on the way that they have sex.
Yes.
So
I don't disagree at all.
So why are we like punishing gay people though for
punishing?
Being,
like, do you see what you hold on? Do you see what you just did? You're like the thought police. I didn't say anything about that. I didn't say anything about that. I said vaginal intercourse between heterosexuals. Look at the transmission rate. That's all I said.
Well,
you extrapolated that.
You were alluding.
No, you're alluding. I'm just
you're
saying, look it up.
alluding.
Just look up the data. Like the data is shocking. The data is shocking if you actually look at it. The number is so low. It is not. It is not even. It's not even statistically viable.
There's less risk of a tear.
Again, I agree with you totally.
And we were going off topic. I just brought it up to just say.
Oh, yeah, the
that
chat
I've
doesn't like
seen
me go off topic.
ways that just media has just tried out.
But
out
that
the way
is the
from women.
problem.
Wait, I have a question.
The problem.
I have a question.
Hold on. Let me say one thing about the anal thing. Let me say one thing about the anal thing is that there is the issue. Okay, yes, there. Like how she said, there's more risk of tears. I'm a fucking female. I have 3 holes. I use them all. Okay, I enjoy them all. I like them all. I'm here for them all.
Where?
Okay,
It's like-
so I'll use them all. So
It's like crop rotation. It's like crop rotation. It's like I use them all, so none of them tear. If I just keep rotating through.
So I'm gonna talk on them all. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, there's more. Here's the thing. So if you are a man, here's the thing. If I'm gonna be open and honest with you about my sexual history as a man, if you fucked this, that, and the other, like I need to know your sexual history. Because here's the thing: if you prominently take something in a place then which you can have some that kind of issue versus that, you know what I mean? Like those are things that need to be communicated.
And I totally agree.
So when I film, if you are someone that crosses over, then I want to know that about you. I want to know that about you. I need to have that decision because here's the thing: I'm not on prep. I'm not on that fucking shit. So here's the thing: I don't discriminate with it because I have 3 holes and I use them all, baby. No. But here's the thing: is that you men are perverse.
Hold on. I got a question
You
for
men
my
are perverse. You guys be doing some shit in bathrooms and fucking do funky shit, bro. I be doing something. You know what I mean? Damn. If I'm sharing holes with you men, you best believe you
One of my nominations
go,
is
Juan.
some Dixie stuff. Like I said, we got off topic. I was just saying.
September.
Yeah.
So I have a question going back to like the video.
It goes back to the video.
Not what we were talking about the video. Why is it that like masculinity is being demonized right now in the media? Hold on, let me finish.
Because you guys do it yourselves.
No. Why is masculinity being demonized, and why are kids like being taught that it's okay to not be a man? Like that's what I'm.
Bullshit. Exactly. You tell us, because us women are fucking confused. I promise. Us women are confused by it because unless us women are fucking up with raising our kids, I don't know. Because you guys, like, I don't know. The men these days, it is a little bit different. You guys want this, want that, but don't want to take out the trash. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this, but you want this, you want that. You want to get laid every fucking 2-3 days when you're fucking married, but you won't fucking, be there and do that. Hey, he's oddly specific. We're all oddly specific. Are you oddly specific? You've been married too. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there are these things.
Yes, Bree.
Question, and this is
Rock
like
and roll.
non-inflammatory. I'm being honest. When you say like not taught to be a man, like can you like reference specific things?
There's campaigns going on right now where little kids in school, boys, are being taught that, hey, maybe you're not a boy. Maybe you've always felt different.
Where? Because my kids go to school here and absolutely.
Hold up.
I'm giving you an opportunity to speak. Can you just be very specific about that?
Yeah, why are kids in schools being taught to wear dresses or that it's okay to, are you like trans or whatever? Like teachers are asking kids these questions like, oh, what do you identify as, like to a 7-year-old kid? And they're starting to brainwash them or make them think that they're women or something like that. That's my question. Why is that being taught in elementary schools to kids who still believe in the Easter Bunny? That's my question.
It's really so sad.
It is sad. But I know in Nevada though, I personally have not had that much experiences here, at least in Nevada. But I've heard of other states, especially East Coast, and so I've thought about it too myself as being like a mother. I have no fucking idea how I'd handle that.
Go good.
And especially like how you said, people talking.
Go ahead.
No, I'm the mother of 2 daughters, so I don't really have any experience to think of, or about as far as having male children. But looking at what's going on in society, I just think it's so sad because it's so confusing now. And yes, it's like, and it's the highest suicidal rate for young men right now because they're feeling so emasculated and not valued. It's really sad. I wish I had the answer for that, but I'm acknowledging what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
boys right now are being taught to suppress their masculinity.
Yes.
To be more emotional, to talk about their feelings.
Yes,
and stuff like
it's
that.
really sad.
Do you want specific references? Because I give them to you.
The family unit.
This isn't even a debatable topic.
My friend here finished.
Okay, go ahead.
So did that answer your question?
No, you were saying something, so I don't want to interrupt.
No, it's okay if you want to.
I didn't.
No?
Michael interrupted.
Oh,
Not me.
okay.
Look, don't
No,
look.
but
I was letting you finish.
So the only point that I'm making is like there seems to be a big move right now where it seems like the government, society, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but they're trying to force boys to question their masculinity and think that they're another gender, and there's a really big suppression on masculinity. It's like an attack on masculinity.
Yeah.
And we're being taught that it's a bad thing, and we're labeling it toxic masculinity. And yeah, that's basically the point that I'm making is like, why is
It's
that
because we raise our boys as if they're defective girls right now. And the thing, the point. Okay, hold on one second. But the thing is this: is that when you look at if you look at in just public schools alone, if you look at statistics of female to male teachers ratio, you're looking at probably anywhere between like 78 to 80% female. That's from preschool all the way up to postgraduate school right now. Okay, so when you're looking, so what you're doing is you're looking at a style of teaching that is by women for women, by women for girls, and if boys do not fall in line with that style of teaching, they're drugged with Ritalin or whatever the Adderall. They are not as encouraged to go out and run around and be boys, right? To go on. So no, what I'm saying is that we're looking at a society that has been. We call it emasculation, but the thing is that it's because we have so many women that are in teaching positions right now, because men don't want teaching positions. And the reason they don't want teaching positions is because they're low paying, they're high risk, they are a high investment, meaning you're going to have to put anywhere between like 4 to 8, in some cases 10 years if you're going to get a doctorate in a particular topic. Then you've got to get teaching credentials, then you've got to have the insurance, then you've got to have all this other stuff that goes along with that. The only way a man can make money in education right now is in administration. So if you look at if you have a male teacher right now, odds are he was your coach or he was your math teacher. Those are really the twos right there.
That's fair.
And so really what you're looking at well, now probably several generations, certainly coming up in the third generation of young boys who have been taught as if they are defective girls. And if they don't fall in line and they don't learn like a little girl does, then there's something inherently wrong with them. And so it also goes back to what I talk about when I talk about the blank slate, and I talk about we're teaching boys and girls in generic terms. So it's like what should work for a little girl should work for a little boy, and it's simply not true. So
you're taking locker room talk away from the boys. You're taking locker room talk away from the boys. Every man should have locker room talk. You want to talk about pussy, this, that, and the other? Go for it. You fucking talk about it in front of your men. That's locker room talk. Don't take away locker room talk from the boys and then blame the fucking women for it. And then the women are the problem. No.
Can we go back to Taco Bell?
No, sí quiero Taco Bell. No, but
I don't know. In-N-Out is sounding really good right now.
Talk. You want to talk about they're being womanized, this, that, and the other? Well, then stop being so politically fucking correct and let's talk about fucking pussy and the goddamn fucking.
Okay,
I agree.
Okay, we just lost our monetization.
There we go.
Incredible. Let me read these super chats and then let's get to another one.
Don't care. But I'm just saying, like, why can't you have men talk about how boys fucking talk?
Okay, listen, rational redneck. I unplugged from the internet and the manosphere for a week. I unplugged from the internet and the manosphere for a few weeks. What did I miss? That's pretty funny. It goes, Siege D, when are we going to get Rollo Tomasi versus Leona Logan guitar duel?
Sooner than you think.
I love that.
Actually,
that's a great idea.
Sooner than you
also,
think.
have September and Hailey collabed yet? Collab. Have you guys collabed yet?
We are accountants. We
Okay.
have not worked on a merger.
We'll put our numbers together. You want to get our ledger? You want to put our ledgers together?
Siege is like, the girls say, I love dad bods and then date the male stripper. That's pretty funny. Rational redneck, any guy you want to F isn't going to be willing to pay a cover charge. And any guy willing to pay is a guy you don't want to F.
But your cover charge is your love and your heart and your understanding.
Exactly. You keep telling men that. Speaking of the gym, I do compete with the strongest males in area I am weak. It's why I don't go to Equinox. Too many Wall Street types that don't bench press 315. Okay, interesting. And Snitch Siege. Ladies, why are we hanging out with that Sartain character? He's a loudmouth player. Oh, shit. Wrong chat. W Sartain Psychology. Siege D. Leona's my favorite tonight. Simp Siege. Shout out to Simp Siege. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Awesome, man. Beautiful.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. You want to get to another?
Yeah. What was the one I was going to show you? Oh, God, this was good. Here we go. What do you think of this, ladies?
Date a man that makes less than $100,000 a month.
Damn. Well, I guess, damn.
So talk to us on that. Talk to us about that. Talk to us.
So the reason why I wouldn't date a man that makes less than $100K a month is because as a remote closer, I bring in $50,000 a month net. So if my man is not making double what I'm making, at least double what I'm making, I just wouldn't have respect for him. I need a man that's gonna lead me. And if I'm making more money than you, that means I'm more disciplined than you. That means I'm more motivated than you. That means I have more systems in place that allow me to make that money. So you have to be doing double what I'm doing for me to even respect you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As my man.
That makes sense. Hey, brothers, y'all better step it up. You see, the sisters are coming with it.
Okay, real quick. I just want Shira, Compton, and Sin. What do you guys think of this? What do you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, he does have to like bring it to the table and make more money, especially if I'm out there hustling and doing things, getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and he's still like sleep. 10 o'clock, you know, and then when I come home at 3, he's like playing video games or something. No, it ain't gonna happen.
Shout out to Warzone. New update just came out on Thursday. What do you think, Compton?
No, I usually do make more money than my man, but I need a good man behind me to keep making my money.
Foot videos, you need that to hold the camera for your foot videos? Is that what you need it for? Yeah? Sin, what do you think?
So, yeah, if I'm making like more money, why aren't we gonna go low? Because like, when we do these kind of things, like people, they just think that, oh, they just open camera and they just doing this. But they take us a lot of time to be doing us things, like take care of ourselves. Like, so why are we going to go for low?
Yeah.
Agree.
No.
You two, remote closers, what did you think about her?
About her?
Yeah.
You ready to date? You're going to date her, right?
Oh, hell
that's your girl right there.
If a man's only value is money, then, you know.
Well, she's saying she needs him to lead her. So she's basically using red pill. She's using red pill jujitsu back on itself. It's just like red pill judo. It's like, I need a man to lead me that I can look up to. So make more money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm so confused though. What if the guy is leading her to making that money?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Like holding the camera to her
You're
feet
a
pics.
marketing expert or just lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like
I'm looking for my partner, not
coaching men to be the alpha. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so confused by that because I feel like the right man that knows how to lead can lead you.
Yeah, massage my back after I arch it all day.
What was the question?
Curtis, what do you think about her statement? I won't date a man who doesn't make $100,000 a month because I make $50,000 a month.
Man, I think it's natural for women to want to like date higher than a higher income class than what they are. I think her situation is a bit unique in terms of like how much money she's actually making, and so she's going to aim higher. And then in terms of like the selection pool that she has, it's going to be a very small selection pool.
Yeah.
And I think.
Well, she has a man right now who does that. That's So she was talking about that.
Yeah.
My first thought was I would never date this woman, even if I made $500,000 a month. And my second thought was I want to hire her immediately to come work for Medivac. Immediately. I am immediately I would hire her. Yes.
She's actually very good. She runs a coaching program to coach remote closers.
Yeah. Call her up. We'd hire her. But she doesn't need me. She's already coaching remote closers. She doesn't need this. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want her to come work for us. Yeah. Remote closers. So for those of you who don't know, if you have a program that you're selling whatever product.
Like that Black Mirror episode?
No. So if you have a program that you're selling that's more than like say $3,000, you need someone on the phone to talk to the lead to close the deal. You can't generally do it with a shopping cart when it's more than like say $2,500. So you have people that are remote closers, and you might have a remote closer work for several different companies at the same time.
Right.
We have these guys are remote closers for us, and you might have a setter and then a closer. And the remote closer can work from home on Zoom, and he makes a commission. That's generally how a remote closer does.
2 + 2 is 4.
Yep.
That's what he meant by your pilot.
She got landed on that strip, eh? On that strip,
I land the luxury deals. That's right.
That landing strip. Get on there.
Bree, how much more does your man have to earn than you?
I haven't thought about that. I feel like I can honestly say, hand to God, that I'm more focused on what I can earn right now. I'm not thinking about like prospective mates or whatever and what they can earn. I'm focused on myself. So I've never thought about that question.
So
Wait,
it's not an issue
I'm
for
just
you?
curious. Like, let's say she's earning $50K per month. Let's say the guy's earning $40K per month, but he's a fucking man. He's waking up early. He's doing all the right things to continually try to build up his income. Like, is that something that's factored into the equation?
So,
of like, my man better make
let's have two examples. Richard Reeves was an academic who was making less money than his wife. I forgot what she was doing. And Scott Galloway's wife worked at at Goldman Sachs. His wife worked at Goldman Sachs while he was a professor at UCLA or whatever. And so she was making significantly more money than him. But these guys are both noted best-selling authors and tenured. Well, I don't know if they're tenured professors, but one of them's a fellow at the Brookings Institute, and the other one's a professor of economics. I forgot what.
Yeah, he's
but
economics.
yeah, and they're famous. They're very famous, and there's a chance for them to be famous and have high notoriety and have their wives look up to them, but their wives would still make more money. And so, would that work? And for a lot of women,
Well, hell, even
No, for a lot of men it wouldn't work, though. For the
Reeves'
women, it
wife
would
is-
work. The
Richard Reeves' wife told him he needed to man up.
Well, yeah. So if you look at
Because you're just working so hard.
Yeah, why would you want to do
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
You
why
guys
would you
actually
want
have a
that? I love
relationship?
movie. I
Like,
don't want that.
What's with he needs to work hard and she needs to work hard? I'm like, well, do you even have a
Inflation. Have you seen the price of eggs? We both got to work.
Well, no, but I'm saying, I'm like, what's
Like
the
I got to
relationship
take pictures
that's,
of,
like,
of my
romantically?
feet and work 40 hours a week.
Cool.
No, but again, I need emotional protection and I need emotional monetary. Okay, I need monetary exchange. Emotional.
I need
monetary.
emotional. Look here. I need emotional monetary protection.
Yes, I
Emotional.
do.
I need you to take your
Damn it.
cash and protect my emotional
Build
ball.
a fortress around me
Build
with
a
your
monetary
dollar
fortress
bills.
See, now
around
you
my
get it.
emotional vulnerability.
Well, one thing that Michael
ahead.
brought up here, right, which is related to the video that we just watched, is sometimes women will say that they want this and they want that and they want that, and they have this checklist, like 6 feet, 6 figures, whatever it is. But when a guy has the social status and the fame and the popularity, like a lot of times that can just trump all of that. Like, it just doesn't matter, right?
Bro,
when a
bums
guy
can trump a lot of it.
Well, it's
Trauma bombs
it's
can
also
trump.
because that represents potential. It
Oh,
represents
potential. Women love
So I
potential.
mean, I've known women who have made like substantially more money than their boyfriends who are professional skateboarders, but they are potentially professional skateboarders who could make a lot of money if they
pretty much every professional woman who's dating a male stripper in Las Vegas, she probably makes more money than him.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I'm like, serious. I
But
know
he's
these
hot.
guys are all my
He's
friends.
hot, and he
I love
lays it
these guys. They're
down.
all my friends. So shout out to Thunder from Down Under guys. Like all of them watch the show. These guys, when I talk to them, like, yeah, a lot of times they're dating women who make more money than them. That's it. This is the truth. Yeah.
Yes. There's there's value. There's value added. There's value added to that. All right, porn stars. Here you go.
Smart people learn from other people's mistakes. They say smart people learn from other people's mistakes. Fools learn from their own. Is very much a fool in most of my decisions.
Even with all the success that you've had, you're an incredible mother now, businesswoman, you're working with Playboy, you still look back on that and you still feel ashamed?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people can see me naked on the internet or can see those things happening to me. I think that it's gross.
That is crazy that you can build this whole life and you still feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm proud of myself and what I've done, and I wouldn't take anything back. However, it's not like I like the idea that people can view that of me. I personally, those videos make me want to feel.
All right, that's bullshit. First of all,
What do you have to say?
I'll let you guys have this one.
she's still going by Lana Rhodes. So is
Thank
Mia
you, Lana Rose. That's
Khalifa.
what I was thinking of. Go ahead. Yeah.
They're still using their stage names, but no, I'm a changed person. I
Thank
want
you.
people to see me this way.
Listen to this man. The man with a good smile. Listen to him.
I was
Hand on
fucking
him
asleep
right
for
now.
that
Yes.
because okay, I'm writing a book about my memoirs, and I noticed that women in my field that because I've done it professionally mainstream, like no disrespect to any content creator or anything, because I've been at every spectrum of it, but I've done it like the best way you like publicly you can. So for me, I feel bullshit. Like cut it out because you're still going by. Stop it. Like
Yeah.
go be a devout again, whatever. Like you know
Devout
what I mean?
again.
Cut it.
Once a degenerate, always a degenerate. If you don't want to be it, then change your.
No, the point is,
shit.
here's how you repent. You just don't be on the internet
that's
anymore.
what I'm saying.
And you go by your real name.
Because this whole thing about being ashamed, like I have a book that I'm writing right now. And the title of it is called Poetic Shit, My Love Letter to Porn. And it's because it gave me a sense of power and understanding and accountability for what I was walking into. It's called the adult business for a reason, being adult.
It's a love letter of goodbye.
The reason why I don't really get into this debate much is because my friends who are porn stars all agree with me. This is nonsense.
This is fucking nonsense.
It's usually porn stars that date Mia Khalifa and Lana Rhoades. We literally created them, and they make all this money.
No.
And my favorite is Mia Khalifa doing an OnlyFans with the name Mia Khalifa, saying that it is better to do porn than join the military because you're giving your body to the government.
First of all, it's the same thing. Fighting and fucking go hand in hand, because it's really not about what goes on with the other person. It's really what goes on about you, especially when it comes to men. I make it a point to have some sense of connectivity with the man prior to working with them, because until you get to a point of status like I am, that you can choose who you're working for.
For OnlyFans or mainstream?
No, both. Both, because I know the person that started OnlyFans, not the one that owns.
No, but I'm saying mainstream.
But I'm just saying it's both, because when it comes to men, it doesn't matter what's going on. If he doesn't feel adequate or he doesn't understand what's going on or his responsibility.
Who I film with on my OF, you better be. You understand how special you have to be to touch my wiener. You have to be incredible. I'm always going to choose.
With mainstream, it sucks sometimes because you don't have that choice.
No, bro, you say hi, how are you while you're doing your makeup done.
Exactly. So I try to have that connectivity with them, because when it comes to fighting and fucking, it goes hand in hand. Like if the guy doesn't feel like,
and when you don't,
guys, we got to move on. We got to move on. Go ahead. Got a video?
Yeah, I do. Oh boy, this is a good one. Okay, ladies, you're gonna laugh.
Babe, Jessica thought it'd be so much fun to go to Stagecoach this Saturday, but don't worry, I'll be back later that night. Love you. Hey babe, so we decided we're gonna stay the entire weekend, but don't worry, I'm just gonna hang out with Jessica. I love you. Okay, so Diplo invited us backstage after his show.
How did that happen?
Jessica DM'd him, but don't worry, I promise I won't drink. Love you. So apparently there's gonna be bottle service backstage, and Jessica said it would be rude if I didn't drink, but don't worry, I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit and then leave. Love you. Ugh. So Diplo invited Jessica back to his hotel room if she brought a friend, and she said I would go. I don't know what to do.
It's okay, babe. I trust you.
Okay, good. I told her you said yes. I'm in. He's so hot.
Babe, I can't talk. I'm with Diplo right now. Oh my god, it's so big.
Yeah, it is. Babe, I fucked up.
I'm sorry. I don't care who it makes mad. If your girl needs to go to Stagecoach, Coachella, Ibiza, Dubai without you, there's a reason why she's going there.
Is Jessica even real? Is Jessica even there?
Yeah, sorry. Like for sure. Like I'm sorry. It's just. It's just your girl is going to Art Basel without you. I don't.
She's not your girl. She's our girl.
Pretty smile. What's your opinion? What's your opinion on that girl? And if you're dating her, if you're on FaceTime with her, what's your?
I have a beautiful girlfriend. She's awesome. Her and I have amazing communication. She would never do some shit like that.
Good.
So, a woman is an extension of a man's like representation, his brand. So how she appears to the world, how she dresses, how she presents herself. That's literally like, that's Juan's girl, you know?
Yeah.
And if she's going to fucking Diplo's backstage bullshit, have fun, you know?
Okay, so I'm going to say this from the other end. I am the guy on stage at XS at Diplo's backstage bullshit. I have been up. So what happens at the end of the night, there's a hotel suite, and this is for all the DJs in the city. They generally get, the writer gets them a hotel suite, and then all the girls on stage go up into the hotel room. It's usually a humongous suite. Yeah. I've been in these suites more than a dozen times, and I'm going to tell you, your girl did not go back there to eat the French fries. Didn't. That's not why it's happened. So what I'm saying is, I'm not telling you this because I got cheated on. I'm telling you this because I'm literally watching the good girl who would never do anything behind her boyfriend's back take Molly and go upstairs with Wes. Yes, if your girl calls Diplo Wes, it's already too late.
You're done.
If your girlfriend, if your girl calls Deadmau5, if your girl calls Deadmau5 Joel, or if your girl calls Skrillex Sonny, it's over for you.
But she's
That's the uncomfortable truth. Yeah, that's so true.
And I swear, I just go there to have fun, listen to music. I've been in backstage, and not always is like that. So
it's not it's not backstage.
No,
It's the go up to the
That's
suite afterwards.
That's 100 women
That's a
versus
different.
Kelly.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not saying that every girl every time she goes to Coachella is cheating. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're taking a girl who had a 3% chance of cheating and make it 35% or 4. That's what I'm telling you.
Or 95.
Because the thing is, what they'll see is other people finding that acceptable. A lot of women get into sex work or get into doing guy-girl content on OF because they had another female friend who did that, they looked up to and found it acceptable. So if you are out with your female friends and your hoe friends start acting like hoes, it's just going to feel more acceptable. You're going to feel less judged when you go home with the DJ. That's all it is, and that's just not good that is not conducive for a relationship. And so for me, it's like, if you need stimulus outside of me, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want a ton of stimulus from me, that's good. If you need a ton of stimulus outside the relationship, that is problematic for the relationship. Go do you, girl. Go fuck a bunch of DJs.
How do you
I don't have a
detect
problem.
that? Is there a certain cue that women give you that are searching for something?
For the relationships that I worked, it was one of these things where guys would reach out to them and they just wouldn't even respond.
Good.
Like it's that was a big one. And then the other one was like maybe they had a social media manager. They weren't obsessed with their likes. They weren't obsessed with the comments. They had someone else do it. They're just doing it for money.
So they're not always on their phone type of.
They're not always on their phone.
Okay.
That was another.
I like
So
that. I
whenever
hate
you're
the
like
phone
first
thing
meeting a
trips me
girl,
out.
you just gotta let her talk. Like she's gonna tell you everything you need to hear.
Literally, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell myself all fucking day.
and that's the thing. Like I'm not judging. Like actually no, I am judging. I'm trying to see like if this is someone I would potentially want to date or not. It's that simple. So like
Yeah.
just by letting them talk, letting them see if they're gonna go out to the clubs or whatever they want to do. My girl doesn't even have Instagram right now. She's very low stimulus. She doesn't go out to the club.
Oh my gosh, she's all. I keep her.
Christian
you better
woman.
keep this one
she's
and
an
hold
artist.
on to it and run with
I
her.
love that.
Yeah. I support this relationship. God damn it! I better be invited to
But,
the damn
but
wedding,
to Michael's point, even the good girls, if they go out to one of these Coachella events or to the after party at the penthouse, I believe it.
Temptation's temptation.
Well, guys, let me ask you something.
Temptation's
When you go to AA and you stop drinking for a while, Alcoholics Anonymous. What Alcoholics Anonymous? What is some of the people they tell you can't hang out with anymore?
People, places, things.
Oh, so wait,
Change
you're
people,
telling
places,
me
things.
that you can be influenced by the habits of other people around you? That is not offensive when we talk about people who eat like shit, don't go to the gym, and are alcoholics. But for some reason, when we talk about your hoe friends, it's offensive. Your hoe friends do this to you.
It's no different. It's no different than what we've seen in media today, where it's like I think Keke Palmer was the first one that did it, and then it was like recently it was like the wife. It went viral. It was like the wife whose husband left her because she went out to Usher's concert and got on stage to Usher and let him.
Yeah, of course he had to. No, he had to.
No, he did.
He had to.
No, he did. But
had
I'm
to.
just agreeing. Like if you gonna let her do that and she gonna do that,
She's not gonna do
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
But if
That's
my
what I'm
man-
saying.
but
if
if my man
she's
dicks
even
me down right, though.
if she's even alluding
Yeah.
to it, and then you listen.
Yeah, she's not my girl. She's our girl at that point, for sure.
Yeah, totally. So
Yeah.
keep her.
Yeah.
She's a winner.
But if your kitchen life and your bedroom life, that's the thing you might need to understand. The conversations and the shit you do up in the kitchen and the thing that you do up in the bedroom, your kitchen life and your bedroom life, if you got those shit on there, your woman won't go nowhere. So if you don't have your kitchen shit and your bedroom shit on lock,
Yes, I just fine.
And if you women can understand
my
my
point is
kitchen
just
shit and bedroom shit
shit
different,
and your bedroom
you
shit
get it? What
with
does
me
kitchen
and
mean?
not other people. That's all I'm asking
all
for.
I'm asking.
Just don't do it with a bunch of other people.
well,
That's all
then
I'm
you
asking.
better fucking get your kitchen shit and bedroom
Okay,
shit.
I'll get it together, honey.
Thank
Just
you.
for you, honey.
Wait,
I'm
what's
right. I'm on that
kitchen
right now.
shit?
I'm on it right now. I'm Bill Belichick, and you're a 24-year-old manipulating me. This is perfect. Let's do it.
Call me the turd.
What's kitchen shit?
Huh?
What is kitchen shit?
Kitchen shit mean that you know when you're like cooking like that conversation. I mean like you know what I mean like that intimate like that's part of foreplay like for me. You know what I mean like those we're eating like that conversation that's kitchen. You know what I mean those kitchen conversations type shit. The bedroom's the bedroom. You know. So if you can handle the kitchen. Domesticated shit with some flair, bro. With some flair. All
right, here we go.
You know what I mean?
You
You need some extra.
Normalize calling some men ran. Let's normalize calling some men ran through because let's be honest, that's exactly what some of them are. No, he's not a womanizer, he's not a heartthrob. Maybe he's just, como se dice, easy. Maybe he just has no self-respect, you know, motherless behavior. What do you mean that only men can call women ran through? Oh wait, you think only women could be considered nasty and used? Here's my lip gloss. Welcome to the club, sister. I don't know about you, but some of us women have standards as well. And you're not exempt from them because your biological function of a male is to spread your seed. A lot of you are unemployed and unmotivated, talking about it's my biological function to spread my seed. Okay, if you wanted to go spread your seed so bad, go be a farmer, because then at least you have a freaking job. You just can't make a heathen into a husband. You know what they say. A mouth that has been brushed by many toothbrushes is a very clean mouth. But a toothbrush that has cleaned many mouths is a dirty toothbrush. No, wait, or maybe you've heard of this one. A face can be injected by multiple Botox needles, and that's just a snatched face. But a Botox needle can't go into too many faces, or else it's a bad needle. A library that has held many books is full of knowledge and wisdom, but a book that keeps ending up in multiple libraries is probably damaged and smells weird.
Okay, I love She's perfect. She's perfect.
So the crazy thing is she's not like Russian or Ukrainian. She actually has an English. She's an American girl who does that accent and plays that character. And I think it's fine too. I know what she's trying to do, but I don't have a problem with what she's saying. The thing about it, what's funny is like it goes, a woman who wants dinner from you is not a gold digger. I am a gold digger. And just I like when when we're not pandering and we're being honest. I don't have the Russell dating coach. You know what I'm talking about? We'll play some of his stuff next week. I don't mind that you're on a woman's side. That's awesome. I'm on women's side. I have a problem when you pander. That's when I have a problem. I have a problem when you start saying, no, you need to leave him, girl, because he has bad energy. No, you need to. What are you talking about? You have kids. What are you doing? That's what I have a problem. I have a problem when you gaslight women by telling them, like some women do some stuff that's illogical and crazy and really counterproductive for their own happiness. And if you tell them that no, girl, you're not crazy, he's just gaslighting you. When he's not gaslighting you, you're pandering to women and you're only hurting women. The biggest gaslighter on the entire internet is Chris GQ Perry. I'm telling you guys, well, look at his stuff. You watch it anytime you want, and you'll see how many you'll listen. When you listen to him and be like, wow, he's really justifying the crazy behavior of women and never, ever, ever blames women for their own behavior. Like, this is really bad for women. Like, this is really horrible. But like the guy, 1 million likes a post, 2 million likes a post. And all of your hot friends, every one of your female hot friends follows him.
We will.
And it's amazing. And it's just like one of these things where it's like you would prefer to be gaslit by this weirdo than actually, learn the truth. Same thing, Justin Baldoni, male feminist, and then he goes and sexually harasses Blake Lively, and then afterwards finds out that he's like showing her porn while they're on a movie set and writes in a scene where they can make out together. Whatever. By the way, but for those of you who are like, no, Blake Lively's lying. No, he's a male feminist. He's the one who's lying. Don't try. Well, whoever's the male feminist is the loser in this argument. I'm sorry. I don't really care. I'm sorry. I don't really care. But same thing. Another male feminist who got hemmed up? His name was Jonah Hill. Do you guys remember that whole thing? Yeah. Oh, he's grooming his girl. Do you remember one of my favorite lines in that whole text message thread was, hey, if you feel the need to be with other people like that, I respect you and love you. And I hope the best hope the best for you. But we're probably not going to work out. He wrote that and they still called him toxic. Why? Because he's a male feminist. Well, if you're a male feminist, the clock has started ticking on the sexual harassment charges.
So that deters you from being that way, because Jonah Hill handled that correctly, in my opinion, right?
I think Jonah Hill did nothing wrong. He just picked the wrong girl. Yeah. Jonah Hill did nothing wrong.
Does that deter you from acting accordingly in that way? Does that push you to be more towards this a fuck boyish, I guess?
The problem is this, and this show is kind of a contradiction to what I'm about to say. These truths we understand. Let Rollo and I die on this hill. You guys out there don't need to die on this hill. You know the truth. Women are going to tell you nonsense about, I want a guy who's I'm a sapiosexual.
You have to check
the truth. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
How many
in your
women
relationship.
need to run their men but be checked when we need to be checked? And if we're not checked, then it's a problem with our sexuality.
What do you mean by running your man and being checked? You're like,
no. It's not. I need to be able to.
You got that, right?
Okay. No, I need to be able to do my certain things that he knows that I'm doing, that he knows that I know that we know. I'm getting my way.
So clarify this for me. So it's a woman's job. It's a woman's job to try to get away with everything, and it's a man's job not to let her do it.
No, it's a man's job to know what I'm doing and know when to allow me to do it and when to check me for it.
That sounds like self-infantilization.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh my God, I must have problems. I must be
It's
good at
it's a
bed.
woman's job to try to get away with everything, and it's a man's job to stop her.
Yeah, no.
We're
It's
saying
a
the
man's
qui-
job to understand.
We're saying the quiet part loud. We're saying the quiet part loud.
I think I got it now.
No.
Okay. Anyway, we got any more?
We do have one more. I have one special for you.
Okay, just for
actually.
me,
This is
okay.
the last one here. But
Okay.
This comes from our good friend Lindsay, and she wanted us to opine on this video. Okay. Probably you more than me.
All right, so let's see if we can get some clarification about the earth being flat, because if I'm being honest, I was never a flat earther, so that surprised me. So let's see if this gentleman is right. Okay, by the earth being flat, does that mean that it's on a linear plane of energy? Yes, thank you. Okay, so the earth being on a linear plane of energy means that describing it as flat is a true statement. Yes, thank you. Okay, so is the actual shape of the planet, is it flat? Is it a circle that is flat? No, thank you. Okay, is it a round sphere? A sphere? Yes, thank you. Okay, that sits so much better with me. Like, that makes so much more sense, because it never made sense to me. Like, why would it be a big circle in the sky that was flat? Like, it just made more sense to me that it was round. Okay, so the earth is on a linear plane of energy. Yes, which makes it flat. Yes, so technically, the statement that the earth is flat is true. Yes, thank you. And the statement that the earth is round is also true.
What?
Yes, thank you. And the statement that the earth is a sphere is also true. Yes, thank you. I don't know what else to ask about that. I mean, that clears it up for me. Does that not clear it up for anybody else?
That's fucking phenomenal. Because you see how women we tell on ourselves when she didn't say thank you.
Yeah, but I can devil's advocate though. I can devil's advocate that though.
Thank you when it applied to her. First of all,
thank you.
Excuse me, woman. Thank you. But you're the one dilating this fucking roundabout thing. If you tweak your fucking hand a little bit more.
Mike, I was hoping Mike being the
You know what I mean? Thank you.
Mike has a degree in astrophysics, and I was wondering if you could help me with this linear plane of energy theory.
Yeah, what's your perspective on it? Because I have my perspective.
So I do have some news here. One of my favorite flat earthers, former flat earthers, was Jaron. You guys look up Jaronism. Jaron did two things. In that one, you guys remember Beyond the Curve? There was a Netflix documentary. You remember at the end of the Netflix documentary, they actually took these pieces of cardboard, stacked them up across a lake bed, and then shined a laser through it, and it actually showed that the Earth was round. That was Jaron who ran that experiment. He actually did a debate with me later, he and Flat Earth Dave, when I first started my podcast. And then I heard from Zerka, Austin Whitsitt, all these other people, that the sun does not go around the horizon in the middle of winter, meaning around December 21st, in the southern hemisphere, that is actually fake. Jaron went to Antarctica, and you know what he saw? The sun go around the horizon. And now he is no longer a flat earther. And he just told me a couple weeks ago he's down to come on my show. I want to make a lot of money. You want to know why? Hold on, let me finish. You want to know why I want to make a lot of money? Because I want to go up into space with Flat Earth Dave sitting right next to me, and I'm going to film him with my DJ Osmo as tears float off of his face as he watches the Earth rotate underneath him while we're in zero gravity. That's what I want to work.
You sound like a Titanic
the Earth
survivor.
is freaking round. We did land on the moon, and Oswald killed Kennedy. Yes.
Okay, I do agree with all this.
And aliens are real.
Full hats.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Okay, Bree, what do you think of the show?
Finito.
Bree, grab the mic.
Come back to me. I
Bree,
feel like this is like.
Well, it's the
very
end. We're
targeted.
asking you.
What did you
Because
think of the
you-
show, Bree?
Oh my, it's true. I will say that I disagree with you on a lot of things. I always drop points on my IQ when I come on the show, and it raises my blood pressure a couple points. Conversely, but
Here you are.
What I said to you the other day, you're the the Grant to my Sherman or the Sherman to my Grant.
Oh yeah, you told William Tecumseh Sherman. Yeah, we were having a discussion about the Civil War the other night. So basically, just for we're just friends. It's platonic. But she comes over and plays with my cat Willie. I have a 25-pound black cat that she's addicted to, and she comes over and brings my cat treats. Now, to be fair, everyone who meets Willie just falls in love with him because he's so big and fat, and like everyone just like everyone loves my cat Willie so much. So she just comes over and just like literally like pretends to talk
Should
to
I
me.
share a quick quote?
Yeah.
Grant stood by me when I was crazy, and I stood by him when he was drunk. I'll be the drunk, obviously. And now we stand by each other always. War is the remedy of our enemies. The war is the remedy our enemies have chosen, and I say, let us give them all they want.
Okay, so just so you're clear, we're talking about Ulysses S. Grant, and he's talking about William Tecumseh Sherman. Yeah, during what it's like they want war, we're going to give them war, and that's this. I have no idea why we're talking about this on this show. I do appreciate
but
that.
you agree? I feel like we agree to give them war. We go to war. And we
Well, I agree with you, but Tecumseh Sherman and also Grant were on the same side.
We are.
They're both.
Like I wouldn't kill
they're both.
you. And you
they're
wouldn't
both part of
kill
the
me,
unions.
hopefully, and I would save you. So we are. On
It
the
would
same
be
side.
better if it's like if Ulysses S. Grant was like, I can't believe what Robert E. Lee did, but I would still drink with him. That would make more sense because those were the actual supreme commanders.
And
of
Robert
the war.
Lee would be like, I can't stand her opinions, but she has great tits. That would be like the
Is that what it would be?
exchange they would have, probably. Yeah.
I would never objectify you like that. Bree. I would never objectify you.
Never, he would
awesome.
never.
Compton, what do you think of it? What do you think of the show?
This has been a really fun time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's really great. You want to put your feet on the table? I mean, we won't stop you.
No. That's not free.
We won't stop you.
My feet aren't free.
Okay.
That's $29.99 a month.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because Curtis was going to massage him for you. Curtis, what do you think of the show?
Outstanding. I had a great time.
Okay, beautiful. Awesome. What do you think of the show, Sin?
It was really fun and interesting to share different opinions.
Do you have any weird requests from your cam subscribers?
Yeah, I have a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like I kind of freak out, you know? I don't know even sometimes how to react, or sometimes they have like a special request.
Yeah.
And I have to say no to.
Okay, that's good. We have
That's good.
boundaries. That's how we know when we cross those boundaries. What do you think, Hailey?
Great boundaries, all's well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I feel good. I feel smiling. Tingle. I might be tingling a little bit.
Tingling.
You know?
Okay, good.
Good tingle.
We'll call you by your new name next time you come on the show.
Amen. I haven't given it out yet, but I should.
Leona, what do you think of the show?
It was a pleasure to be here. I happen to share the same mission as you guys as far as the masculine, feminine message. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having
Incredible.
me.
Shira, what do you think?
I thought it was amazing. It was fun meeting everyone, and I can't wait to do it again.
Okay, come back soon. What do you think, brother? How do you think, Juan?
I think that this whole show was exactly why more men need men of action in their lives. So
Wow, there's a plug.
It's awesome.
Keep on with your mouth.
You two are dating hot women who respect you. How crazy is that? What a weird thing. Anyway, go ahead. What do you think, Sydney?
Super fun, high energy. It was great.
Awesome. What do you think?
You know what? I had a blast. It's been a long time coming because my schedule is great.
Yes.
But also, too, when I first met you, it was very brief, and it was at like Babes in Toyland,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
It was very brief, and you have a job to do, and like we talked about all tonight about like immediate perceptions of someone, you know what I mean? And then just being a man and just being in that, when you first notice that person and you meet them, you just don't get that chance to really talk to them. And so I just thank you for having me on here, because it gave me, because we know a lot of similar people, we know a lot of the same people, and so you get that perception and just, oh, this guy, like what? Like, huh? And then we didn't get a chance to really talk because I think you interviewed my friend, and now being on the show, I have such more respect for you.
Yeah,
And
got your own perspective.
I just see where you're coming from, and I just appreciate just being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Oh, one last thing. I almost forgot. June 22nd, I'm going to be the ring announcer for it's USA Boxing is doing amateur bouts at I believe Excalibur. Yeah,
right
Luxor. And any of you ladies want to come, I can get you ringside seats. So I'm I moonlight.
I'll bring a titty.
I moonlight as a ring announcer. I'm trying to make that my second gig because I really like being a ring announcer. So that's what I got coming up in the future. So awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out Rolo on Rumble. You can also check out the Access Vegas channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Rational Male channel and check out my channel. I also have Michael Sartain Vault. If you guys want to check it out. We have all the short clips we're putting on the Vault. We're not putting it on my main channel. So if you guys want to check that out, and also remember that 100 men versus a gorilla
100 women
Is,
accountability.
Will not happen.
I don't even know where to go. But just make sure if you guys want to have a great time and accomplish something, grab 99 of your friends and go kill a gorilla together. All right. See you guys in 2 weeks. Take care.